Following. Hello everybody and welcome to Encounter Roleplay. My name is Will and today we are back with episode 2 of the Tomb of Annihilation, and thank God the gods themselves have stricken Mike from this world. They've annihilated him before the game even got going. So we are blessed to be without Mike today. So next week he'll probably be with us again. Apologies. But let's just enjoy this quality time that we have together without Mike from Unmade Gaming. We've got the rest of the crew and cast with us, of course. And we have Mr. Grimjack21502 leading us off today as a Dungeon Master. How you doing, Greg?
Oh, waiting for myself to unmute. There we go. I'm doing okay. I'm at about 55% voice because I was sick over the weekend, but I am here. I cannot wait to get back into the tomb. We'll be finishing, hopefully, the second half of the Struggle in Three-Horn Valley by PB Publishing. And then we will be getting into the Tomb of Annihilation proper, of which I have been living with while I've been sick on the couch with man flu, which is basically a sore throat. So can't wait, man. Let's have some fun.
It's fantastic. Yes, you can find Struggle in Freon Valley on DM's Guild, of course, if you want to go find what we're playing. And of course, Tomb of Annihilation, we'll be doing a bit more Roll20 stuff, which would be cool. Let's go to Josh. How you doing, my friend?
Yeah, I'm good. I don't want to scare anyone out there, but Tomb of Annihilation is so dangerous. It actually makes your DM ill. So it seeps through into the real world and will corrupt you slowly. And I'm looking forward to that. There we go. Oh god, that's a genuinely terrifying visage. Okay, so yeah, I will be reprising my role as Quinn Kalen of Clan Kane. If you could get any more alliteration, I fucking would, but I can't because apparently I'm not allowed. But that is me. Quinn is an interesting fellow. He's a druid. He comes from quite a secluded area, and really he's here to sort of sort stuff out. He's here on a spiritual quest from his clan elder. He has been chosen for a great task, which would be great if he knew what that task was, because he woke up with amnesia on a ship, never having been on the ocean before, never having been on a boat larger than sort of a small river canoe, being attacked by pirates on the massive tsunami storm thing coming out of nowhere. So yeah, he woke up.
It was a whole thing.
It was there was some stuff. Some stuff happened, and it was intense. And if you don't believe me, guys, check out episode 1. But obviously, you're here now, so check out episode 2 first, because that's where it's at the moment.
Travel back in time.
Yeah, indeed. Travel back in time, update yourself, and then not time travel. Can we? I'd like to make it one game without time travel being involved, if that's okay. So yeah, that's me, and I'll throw it over to Strider, my man.
Yeah, Strider Heap, how you doing, my friend?
Hey, what's going on? I think I'm having some tech issues right now. I just got here. I was cutting it way too close, so I'm still setting everything up.
No worries. Yeah, you sounded a little bit crackly. We'll give you a couple of minutes to sort that out, I'm sure, whilst we are screwing around. You can find Rurik's character sheets here online on the website. We'll go back to Strider to chat to him in a couple of minutes' time about his character a little bit more. But Greg, here to remind us what happened last week. Or not last week, really, last episode. It's been a couple of weeks, so we might need a bit of a refresher as to what happened the first time we dared to enter the tomb.
Right. Well, basically, we had the 4 characters, as Josh has said, woke up on a ship. The ship was named the Lady Luck, and after they were informed of their situation, they were confronted by what is exactly the textbook definition of a big old pirate ship. The big old pirate ship attacked them while at the same time the entire sea was experiencing essentially a hurricane. Both of the ships crashed, they assume, and they washed up on a shore in which they had all of their gear, and they were separated. Mike's character, Hezekiah, and Grob, Will's character, were on what is presumed to be the northern shore of this island, while Quinn, Josh's character, and Rorik, Strider Heap's character, were on the southern shore of the island. North Shore did a little bit better. They got inland. They met what they didn't know were triceratops, and they consider them very large, horny cows. And then the southern group was doing not quite as great because as soon as Quinn began to advance into the island, he was picked up by a pterodactyl and taken to parts unknown. Rorik, as a paladin and a knight in good standing, ran into the jungle to save his newly found friend, only to be encountered by a herd or group or whatever you call a gaggle of velociraptors. By being balls to the wall brave, he was able to back out of it and be okay. Meanwhile, inside the Triceratops field, the other two were forced into a network of tunnels, which happened to be inhabited by sacrificial god or man-eating lizard people. Just before things could get really crazy, Quinn was deposited into a pterodactyl nest right beside the lizard tunnel that he didn't know about. And as fortune would have it, and as I would want it, they all kind of ended up in the same place right around the end of the episode, which we get to start in the middle of a big effing fight.
Absolutely. Well, I know Strider is about to restart his router. He's having some internet issues, so we're going to give him a moment. The cameras might go a little funky. We'll fix them on the fly. Hopefully that'll be fine. I forgot to introduce my own character. I'll be playing Grob, a half-orc barbarian, who, despite being half-orc and a barbarian, still wears a nice pair of glasses. He likes to be able to read. He hasn't got the best vision, so he's often seen swinging his axe around whilst wearing his glasses to make sure that he can find his true enemy. But yeah, I guess we can begin today. Of course, Mike's not going to be with us, thank God. Strider will be back with us in a couple of minutes' time. So Greg, I will let you take things away, my friend. Take it away.
Okay, so as we kind of pull it back in from the absence that we have felt from the island and the prelude to the Tomb of Annihilation, we are revisiting our four heroes as they have had a morning, to say the least. I'd like to start off with Quinn, since he's our guy here. When last we left Quinn, he was in bear form, struggling to pull himself off of would have been a fatal, if not hellaciously uncomfortable fall. He pulled himself onto an outcropping, and as he looked in through the tunnels and around kind of over two little plateaus of rock, he saw the battling Grob and the battling Hezekiah as they squared off against three lizard folk. But Quinn, you have pulled yourself up, sir, and you are essentially at the mouth of the tunnel network. And I can ping you on the screen, which I don't have you guys trained to yet because I'm still sick. At least that's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, that's why. That's entirely why.
That's right.
Okay. Blame Neil.
I still didn't do it.
Yes, you didn't. You nailed it. Absolutely.
Pro streaming here, guys. Hold on a sec.
Holy crap. So yeah. Real quick. Will, how do people get involved with the show?
Yeah, good idea. Whilst Greg is doing all the science, you can follow the show if you haven't already. 30 followers, you guys get to decide what happens next. Here's a tweet for you guys, 20 retweets, you know the dealio. And of course you can donate to affect the game. Speaking of which, Irvin Lady has donated £5 to give me, Grob, a wild magic surge, which I will roll right now. Fuck. Let's try this. 919, that's not good. That's not good, I can tell you that much. This is our D10,000 wild magic table. There's good stuff, there's bad stuff. It's all wild, though. So let's find 919 here.
It's all wild stuff.
It's just all, yeah. Irvin. Caster finds a powder that is highly toxic to everyone except him. Hey, that ain't bad.
Is it like somehow like ground? Is it like that sort of like powder you get off your feet, like when you use a peg? You know, when you like pumice stone your foot. But it's from.
I don't usually do that.
I don't know what you have coming off your foot, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with your feet.
Chemical and biological weapons, obviously.
Yeah, it seems like it, yeah.
Right.
Holy shit.
You'll be contacted by the British government.
We need
You
to
know
talk.
what's going to happen.
Your country is calling you, son. They need
Your country needs
never
you.
been chosen.
They've got weapons of mass destruction over there. Oh, good old Iraq War. So yeah, I'm fighting these guys. I'll bring this map onto the screen for you guys. It's going to be small. Next week I'm going to have the edited overlay for you guys, so it'll be nice and bigger. But this is what we're playing with at the moment.
Okay, if you guys can see that now, that is I pinged your location, sir.
So he's there. Okay, let's bring this like this. Okay,
Right. I will do.
I got it. Ooh, fancy that. All right. That looks about it to me.
Okay.
Perfect. Hey, Patron, how's it going, buddy?
All right, Quinn.
Quinn, what you doing, boy?
Okay, Quinn is still massively hurt.
Where-
Quinn is a Quinn.
Why don't you tell everybody where you're at hit point wise? Because
Yeah,
I
what are
think
you
you
looking
mentioned
at?
that.
Yeah, can I not? I'd rather not, to be honest. I'm on 4 hit points.
Oh.
I'm pretty solid.
Yeah.
You can take a hit,
and
man.
yeah, I can take a hit.
That's what hit
potentially.
points mean,
Maybe
right? You can take 4 hits.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how this works. Yeah, so he's gonna. Have I made it to this ledge then, or am I still on the ledge with the bird?
You have pulled it up. You have dropped your weight over. The ledge with the birds is, if you can still see it, I don't know what you guys are looking at, is
Yeah, we
over
see it.
here. Yep.
Mm.
You have made it over to this one. And
Cool.
you can go inside should you wish, or you can jump.
Or I can just end it now.
You can.
Yeah,
Give you the option.
Make it easy.
This is how lethal Tomb is. It's just you could just give up. Like maybe.
I want
Yeah.
everybody to know that's an option.
It's on the
I
cards.
embrace and will accept if you guys just want to say, I'm rolling a new one. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, not being one to shy away from a challenge, and also that's what he tells himself. Onwards, upwards, in way, but backwards to where those birds are that absolutely fucked up my life. And
Respectable.
he's going to sort of pull himself into this cave and look around. He's going to do it sort of aggressively, spoiled for a fight. He's not scared at all.
Okay,
He's a fucking bear.
right. You're still busting the bear form. Are you trying to be quiet? Or are you just coming in and, like you said, spoiling for a fight? Or are you?
I don't honestly know. I don't think I'm capable of reproducing that noise even in bear form. That was beautiful. But yeah, he does that. He does a Greg. He goes full Greg and makes noises that are just not possible for humans as he moves into area E.
Okay. As you roll into this area, you are greeted with what is essentially stacks of bones. Just most of them picked clean. Some of them bleached white. Most of them still carry the residual stain of the tissue that used to surround them. In your bear form, you have enhanced senses, just because of the animalistic nature of olfactory and whatnot. It's very pungent in here for you, especially. However, the rest of the room appears to be empty. You can hear battle coming from across the way, and I will reveal a little bit more. So you can see that it's actually a ledge area that is going across here. Right now, you can see Grob and Hezekiah. Whoops. Grob and Hezekiah right here.
Okay.
You're basically looking from here.
Okay. He looks up at this. What are they fighting? Lizard creatures.
It appears to be there are 3 lizard creatures that have begun to advance rather threateningly on them, and they are engaged at this point. Also, down what appears to be natural stairs, you see a very brackish, very foul-smelling pool.
No. Just no. Luke looks at the pool. Nah. And
It's a pool of nope.
I'm gonna try and and he is just going to try and climb up to where these lizard folks are. He's gonna do this kind of stealthily. I have no idea if I've given the game away by the fact that I quite clearly was making noise and shit. But he's gonna see if he can sort of climb up the side. Bears being fantastic climbers, unless they're played by me, as we found out last episode. And he's going to try and climb up and ambush these things as they try to attack his friends. I feel like friends needs quotation marks around it.
Okay, I tell you what I'll have you do, man. I want you to roll 2 things for me. I want you to roll a stealth check, and I'm going to give you the option of acrobatics or strength or athletics to see if you can launch your bulk over across and basically kind of leapfrog the pool area, which is what you're asking to do, correct?
Okay. Yeah. I'm basically I want to get round as fast as possible to suddenly rush them. Is my plan. Let me just bring up my. So for a bear, I am rolling slight modified. There we go. All of the typing noises.
You got this. Time to save me.
I got this. Yeah, that. Absolutely. Well, that's what I live
Time
for.
to come in and take 4 damage and die.
No. My bear's not.
That's
hurt.
true. That's true.
It's just a second. It's the second I'm out of bear form. I am going to go down so fast, and I can't. This is my last shift, so with a kamikaze. Hey, give me a bear noise that I could make.
Growl.
Wow, disappointing. The expectations are so high.
We'll fix it in
I'm sick
post.
too, man. Don't ask me to do this.
We'll fix it all in post. So
Yeah, we'll fix it in post. We got
oddly
it.
enough, 16. Yeah.
Okay,
That's my stealth, and then my athletics would be a. What's his athletics? Not bad. Okay, that's. I think that's better than my athletics. D20 plus 4. Be an animal. Yes, wonderful. So
Nailed
he is.
it. Yep.
No one hears him fail.
Yup.
No one hears him fail.
As he falls into the pool and dies.
Okay. What we'll do here is, because you were so quiet in this horrific failure, we're just going to make it.
Just a silent fall. No one knows. No one ever sees him again. No one knows what ever happened to him. Like, where's that guy?
We saw him, but I tell you what, man, he couldn't climb for shit. Boy, was he quiet. Okay.
That was the quietest fall into a pool of death ever.
Right. Okay, so what we're going to do is, it's going to be basically a push. Because you were quiet, but you obviously fucked up the ability to be able to get over there, you kind of scrambled and gave your position away just in the scramble. So I need you to roll initiative for me as we insert you into the
Don't insert me, please. I don't want to be inserted.
It's too late now.
It's all over. Okay, let me go 1d20. 19. Fucking nailed that.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go, buddy. That makes up for it.
No. Yeah. No.
I was just trying to make it feel better. Okay, so we have engaged, but basically Grob at this time, I'm going to keep Hezekiah in the fold, but as I told these guys before we went in, I'm going to use Hezekiah as basically a placeholder for one of the enemies so I don't have to readjust stuff. Mike's going to be much more competent in his absence than he ever will be in actual
in life.
Right. So, Airstrider, buddy.
Talk about breaking my immersion here. Content Mike.
Content Mike.
Okay, so Grob, as you're standing there and everything's ready to get engaged, you guys have done a surprise round in which you threw a javelin and missed. And Hezekiah ran up and stabbed with his rapier, which is diamond with green flame on it. And he was able to stab one of them. Then you guys went into the round, but just before action could start, a big ass clumsy bear shows up very quietly, but still
Wow.
kind of stumbling into the room like Kramer from Seinfeld. Stumbles in, and Josh, you are up, my friend. You are facing two what appear to be warrior lizard people, and one what appears to be a not warrior lizard person.
You're also facing what appears to be an
foot
earthen
shaving
lady.
also.
Yes, you did definitely hear the toe thing, by the way. But you have a D10,000 Wild Magic Surge to roll as well, Quinn. As
Yeah.
earthen lady.
This is what happens when you dip one toe in the pool of nope.
Well,
It's never dipped.
It's probably reacting to your chemicals.
I know Earthen. Earthen's trying to help you out. This is a wild magic surge, so you'll be like competent. You'll be
Mine,
like,
mine was
Oh
helpful.
yeah, absolutely.
Mine was
Right.
helpful.
I actually had an amazing so basically in my head you guys turn around and just see chaos in every direction as if like a massive fight has broken out behind you, but the bear is just completely composed, sort of nothing happened.
That's
He's like
chill.
managed to break everything silently, and now he's just there. And he's going to charge forward, feeling random wild magic surging through him as he surges forward himself. And I'm going for the squishiest looking fucker, which I'm guessing is not the one that isn't the warrior, or the one that isn't the two warriors.
that is correct, my friend.
If you want me
Okay,
to
so
look
I'm
at the
gonna go
Wild
for-
Magic Surge here, 4972, yeah?
Yeah, that's it. 4972.
Holy. Target asserts that a nearby ally is really an illusion.
Hey, Mike's not here.
Holy shit.
You are convinced at this point that Hezekiah does not exist. No one can have a diamond sword. No one can be that incompetent, and especially not a diamond sword that grows with green flame, and is incompetent.
Must
So
be a figment of my
Fire.
imagination.
You cannot
This is
believe
a nightmare.
Fire is red.
Yep.
That was my first clue. Fire is red. I'm doing it right, man.
It's the universal truth by which you live.
He's going to be competent too, so that'll be much, much easier to disbelieve.
Yeah, I know. In fact, you've saved my immersion there, Earthen Lady. Thank you so much. So, he's going to rush forward and he's going to make some attacks. Hopefully, he's no longer a disadvantage. That was what screwed him over last time so heavily. So, let me make you 2 attacks. I'll go in with the bite and then with the claws. So it's +5. God damn. 23 to hit.
Just hit, yeah, just hit.
Nice.
Yeah, just. And a 10 for the second one. No, that's the second attack.
Second attack does not hit. First one does. You can roll damage for it, please.
Cool. Okay, that's 1 9. So 9 piercing damage as he just bites into this thing and then tries to swipe at it, but can't quite. He's got little arms. He's a T-Rex bear. He's just like bitten into it. Now can't.
Okay.
There's a whole debacle going on.
So as this shaman-esque character felt that the numbers were in his favor, even though they were surprised 2 on 3 is the lizard man way. But all of a sudden, the odds shifted when this huge brown bear shows up and latches onto his arm. And in an effort to not be shown up by a giant beast, as you are clamping down on the lizard shaman's arm, you feel the skin and the scales start to stretch and kind of morph inside your mouth as you see the creature pull back, and it's as it comes forward, and then you see what looks like, if you're familiar with it, a crocodile staring back at you as the bear and the crocodile are facing off. And I believe that is his entire action to do so. Yep. So you are staring off of this guy, right? Lizard folk, we are going to have one of them just peel right on off with the now competent and illusory Mike, and we will have the other one take 2 shots at good old Grob. 10's not going to hit.
Oh,
Grob, is it?
no. No, a 10 is not going to hit. My AC is 15.
And a 6 then will not hit as well. So, as the first one comes in, it comes down with a club, comes through with a spiked shield. Grob's able to dance out of the way. His perceptions, maybe not as poorly as his glasses would lend someone to believe, but now it's Hezekiah's turn. We're going to push him. Grob, you're up facing one lizard man.
I'm going to hit him with my great axe. Because that was very rude what you just tried in, my friend. And I'm going to hit him. Hit it for a plus 7. 12 versus his armor class.
That is going to miss him, sir.
Damn it. Well, shit. That is my turn.
You are raging as of last time, correct?
That is correct, yeah.
Okay, just wanted to make sure that we had the rage in full effect.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we are back to the top of the round, and we have a wolf, or a bear that is needing to do something.
Okay, right. Okay, here's what we do. We Baradile is practically a death blow. Indeed, that's my plan is to just mate with it instead.
Baradile is too close to other dials for me.
Yeah, the Barrigator has now taken over the entire aisle offside of Chult, but
they'll have to wait for another day.
Right.
That's a really awkward conversation waiting to happen. So a 9 to hit and then a 23. I'm presuming a 9 can just
the 9's
suck a bag
not
of dicks.
9.
Yeah, you can suck a bag of lizard dicks, and the 23 though, the tables are turned there. So you hit on that one.
Okay, so 6 plus 4, 8 slashing damage. As he manages to slice into this thing and nom nom.
Okay, so we have two.
No, motherfucker.
Yeah, we have two very different beasts here, both probably equally dense as far as just hide and scale, and in something that would make my 8-year-old self proud while watching the Monster Theater on Saturday afternoons when Godzilla would take on any number of reptile or alien creatures. This is what it is. This is, there should be two guys driving each one of these big creatures so they crash into one another. Some Geiger shit. So you guys just crash, bites. All right, so let's switch over to the shaman is going to give you a little bit of that bitey bite right back.
Oh, I love it. Makes me happy.
Does a 13 hit you, sir? Or 14 hit you, sir?
I believe it will do.
Probably
yes.
Will,
I have an 11 AC. Fuck my life.
Holy shit. How much HP is
I'm a
it?
bear!
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah. I forgot you don't have 4 HP.
And that is 3 hit points of piercing damage in your bear form, sir.
Okay, my bear's on full health, so I'm not entirely fucked. I'm mostly fucked. Like this is going to go terribly wrong.
Okay, so the bite, and then it is going to try to give you a claw attack, which it can only do in lizard form. So you are good with that. The bite is all it gets because it packs a little bit more of a punch. Okay, Will, the guy that's squaring off with you is, in for a penny, in for a pound.
Yep.
He's coming back with his...
Let's give it to him. Smack him with that axe.
That lizard, that club, it's very flaccid. Flaccid lizard folk club and a flaccid shield attack as Grob glances it off of him and he's ready to go.
I'm going to smack him back equally ineffectively as the two of us pour at each other and end up just caressing one another's faces with too much eye contact.
Right. So to pull back from the scene as the narrators in chat, as we are, I am and you guys, we see this titanic struggle between this crocodile alligator and this bear just going at it, biting and shredding one another. And then we pull back even further to a lizard man and a half-orc that are apparently exchanging pleasantries and handing off cards of inquiry as if it were Vanity Fair. At this point, at the top of what will begin the start of the third round, I want to switch over to my man Rorik, who is entering a different area of this complex, one that I will point out as soon as I can not make a mistake of everything.
Got this, man. Got this mad science.
You are right there, sir. Down
Oh
around
dear.
the H area.
H.
Cheers.
And as you walk in,
Oh, he's
I
on
would
it.
like you to roll a perception check for me, sir.
It's not a fight, it's 11.
We got 12, which isn't actually that bad for him because he is a total derp that never sees.
Yeah,
He doesn't know what's going on around him, so that's not bad.
got this.
Okay, at this point, you hear what sounds like a bear doing something. Because you had been around the bear form before on the boat, you were kind of used to these sounds, but you're pretty sure that your buddy Quinn, who you've tracked to this point, is probably in there somewhere, probably going to town as a bear, one way or the other.
What's that mean? One way or the other?
It could be love, it could be hate. You know, this is D&D, man. It could be whatever you think it to be. Yeah.
My imagination is.
Why does it always have to come to violence? Okay, why can't we just settle our differences through heated hugs and whatever the fuck you guys are doing right
Yeah,
now?
just do it like Rob, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got this.
critical sex, right.
Oh god.
Wow.
Bringing a whole new meaning to ERP.
Uh-huh.
That's what I'm here for, man. Okay, what would you like to do, Paladin Rorik?
The possibility of battle is exciting. So Rurik has his sword out already, and he's pretty blindly going to go sprinting forward, looking for something to go stab,
Okay, no...
or a friend to go heal.
Gotcha. No semblance of stealth, just charging in, correct?
Yeah, probably yelling for his friend at the top of his lungs, actually.
Okay, so the exact opposite of stealth on the spectrum of that. All right.
Yeah, he's on the spectrum, all right.
He's on somewhere. Okay, you get to the top of the natural staircase. Oops, that's not... you should be revealing and not hiding. Yay! You get to the top of the staircase, and you are met with the charging forms of 3 what appear to be lizard people. I would like you to roll initiative, sir.
Oh, Rurik, help us!
We got a 17 on that one.
I'm just softly caressing him.
I can't do anything more.
That's all I can do.
I don't want to do anything more.
I finally found happiness.
Skin is so soft.
Do you
Okay.
moisturize?
Rorik, you are up. You are facing 3 of these bad guys, and they are essentially one to the right, one to the center, one to the left. How would you like to proceed, sir?
Big grin spreads across Rurik's face. This is the kind of action he's been waiting for. He's going to throw his hunter mark up on the one in front of him.
Okay.
And then he is just going to start cleaving away. And let's see how well he does. How's a 13?
13 is going to miss, sir. And that's you have 1 attack, correct?
Yeah, that was my whole turn.
Okay. Just to reorient the audience too, how are you doing hit point wise?
As far as I understand, Rurik has not actually taken any damage whatsoever.
Correct. I want
So-
everybody to remember that, yeah, you're fully fleshed out and armed and armored and all that good stuff.
Yeah, he's sweating and exhausted from tracking through the jungle with this like giant metal suit on. But he, health point wise, is doing fantastic.
Okay. So these guys are going to take some swings at you now. What, 20 hit you?
Actually, yes.
Okay. That's you take 8 bludgeoning from the first lizard person's club as it comes in. They throw a spiked shield. Will an 18 hit you?
It sure will.
Okay. So you take 6 more piercing because of the spiked club. The second one, the one that you have hunters marked, attacks you. Oh, the critical miss. And a spiked club for 12 hit points of damage with a natural 20.
A natural 1 and natural 20.
Yep.
There we go.
How are you standing now, sir?
Not as well. I'm still up, I think, but yeah, I got like 4 hit points left. I'm picturing he just jumps forward, aha, and these things charge from all sides, all connecting with him at the same time. Just
correct. And as the third prepares itself to do the same as its brethren have done, you hear and see a streak of blue that just erupts past you and bowls into the lizard men as they are standing there, taking them completely by surprise as this mass just crashes into it. And as it passes by you, you get a glimpse of the raptor that had been following you since back when you were in the Raptor Valley. And as it crashes in, they begin to scatter, seemingly for whatever reason terrified by this creature. And it begins to absolutely tear into the last of the lizard men. You see its mouth coming in, and it as it just absolutely shreds the throat of the final one, and the other two back up to the point where they're completely out of your range. And as it turns, spraying blood everywhere, the crimson of the lizard man mixing with the blue and creating this macabre purple all up and down its face, it turns back to you and it looks, and for the first time you realize it's staring at your chest and the reflection of itself in your metal. And it goes, and then it goes, and jumps again at the next one. Let's quick cut back to the other two guys.
You guys hear laughing, my maniacal laughing echoing down the hallways. Just
Oh dear.
Okay, so you guys are now at essentially, you guys have been placed at the bottom of the turn order. So we'll be going from different locations, but we'll be going by this order as we have it established.
Dino sounds PogChamp.
Top of the round, we have another bite coming from the crocodile.
Ooh,
I don't
dear.
believe 6 will hit you.
No, 6 does not hit me.
You're fucked.
Okay, so it snaps down beside you as it turns and looks, and we will go once again to our friend with the club as the soft jazz of Kenny G plays, and we have a lizard an 18. The mood is shattered for 3 bludgeoning damage, and 11 will not hit. So 3 bludgeoning to Grob.
Okay, which is hard because I'm.
Right, so
I think
we'll give you 1. We'll give you 1.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you guys used to be in a relationship, and it's not that hard to break up.
We're over it now. It's really
Don't
both.
really easy on you because there's a lot of sexual tension there. So just like we've got to make it look like we're kind of fighting. I'll just do 1 damage.
Soul stage. My turn to hit him back, right? After I.
It is.
Or should I say my turn to fail at hitting him? So we are inside a cave, Evan. Yeah. 24.
Oh, that
Holy crap!
You can do 1 damage to me, but I'm gonna do 13 damage to you.
Okay, Will, explain to me, kind sir, how you deal a horrific wound to your former lover, Lizardina.
It's going a bit far. We were just friends with benefits. I say it's over between you and me, and I just like carve him in 2 with my axe.
You don't even swing. You just say it's over.
Yeah, his heart breaks.
Right, you do a lot of physical damage, but the emotional damage.
It's really it's the trauma that gets it. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so this your former now broken-hearted friend is up, but very, very hurt. And now we're going to skip back down to Rorik, who is facing off with his blue-skinned friend against 2 remaining. One of them is hunter's marked, and the other one is not. So you may do what you would like, sir.
All right. In 5E, can paladins lay hands on themselves? It's like a
Yeah.
iffy thing. to do.
Technically, their god frowns on it, but yes, you can.
Heronius is my wingman. He will not let me fall in battle.
Lay on hands, because then it feels like somebody else.
Right. When a paladin does it to himself, it's called stranger.
No longer need to sit on your hand for else to numb it.
Right.
What?
I'm gonna give this.
Everyone just let that one hang.
I can't hear her.
Rura kind of whinges and rubs his wound, and I'm gonna give myself my full pool of hit points because that almost killed me.
Okay, so you
And-
recharge with 15 then, right?
I have, yes, sir.
Okay.
Then I'm going to charge my quarry, and hopefully this time take down with a 17.
That will hit, sir. And you've got Hunter's Mark on this bad boy, so give me...
An
all
extra
the
D6 after that 9.
Yes, sir.
We got 9 plus 3, so he's going to take 12.
Nice. Again, show me or tell me about a horrific injury suffered at the hands of your paladin to the lizard people that have done nothing but wake up.
This lizard man runs forth, and this guy is bloodied and like staggered, and he's about to die. He starts rubbing himself, and then just stands up and flexes, and runs forth again, laughing maniacally. Brings his sword down right into his shoulder neck area, completely reinvigorated by having blood splashed all over his face.
As any true paladin would. Okay, so the guy that's facing off with you, he is going to throw out a natural 20 for 5 bludgeoning.
Holy shit.
The fuck, man?
And an 8. He misses with that one, I'm assuming.
Yeah, the 8 certainly misses.
Okay. Once again, as we are doing for the now competent Mike, the push between your blue skin friend and the other as they are battling to what will essentially be the lizard man's death. We will go back to the top of the round, and we will have one more bite attack from Mr. Crocodile.
Do I get a chance to attack
No.
him? Because
Did we skip you?
yeah, you skipped me last round. You skipped me again. And I'm like, I'm just gonna fucking die here.
Just doesn't
Okay.
count.
I'm sorry, buddy. I am.
It's cool. It's cool.
Go ahead.
This is how you DM Tomb Annihilation, guys. This is how you win.
Right. I
So-
apologize, man. I'm like I said.
It's-
I do it all the
really-
time.
I got 2 7s last round, so I got nothing. And I will go for my attacks this round for a bite for 17 and a claw for a nat 1. Fantastic. Okay, so
17 will hit. That's right. You rolled a nat 1 for your. No, you didn't roll a nat 1. That was Grob that did that. Correct? Yeah. Way back when.
No, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
no, not me.
This is where things fall apart, guys. But I'll try to reel back in.
8 piercing damage as I bite into this thing. Is it still alive?
How would you like to kill the crocodile man?
Fuck yeah. So basically,
It's like the
I
elephant
actually-
man when you put it like that. Jeez.
I know its tactics. I use its own tactics against it, and having sort of slammed into it and it biting beside me, I will roll it onto its back. As crocodiles are known for that sort of the death grip. I roll it onto its back and just bite into its softer underhide, finding something that pops. Not really knowing what it is, and ripping it out with my jaws, and then letting out an almighty roar, spitting blood and spittle in every direction as I look for whoever is the next to fuck with me. I was gonna come up with a really cool name for myself, and then I didn't have one, so it was just me.
Okay, as you've compromised the internal structure of this crocodile, and as you bite into it and tear out whatever organ is vital to its existence, the creature beneath you reverts to the smaller form of the lizard person that you initially bit, and you are standing over just in time to see the very sharp, pointy, green-flamed edge of a blade pierce through the front and back of another one of the lizard creatures. And we have the exchange between the former lovers as we get back to the top of the round. An 8's not going to do it. A 23 will do it for 6, half the 3.
Yep. That'll do it.
You've taken 4 damage and you did 30. I think you're doing all right, mate.
Yeah.
Right.
Didn't that guy die, or was that a different guy? Sorry.
No, you've
guy.
You've wounded him.
Ah, okay. Good.
He's like you said, brokenhearted.
That's really what I wanted to do.
Wound me.
You wound me, sir. 'Tis but a flesh wound. I'm gonna fucking hit him back then. That's just rude. Die. 18.
That should do it, no matter what you do here. But roll the
16 damage.
Okay, so the broken heart actually becomes a truly broken heart as you split asunder the remaining lizard man. As you all are sitting there, from down and to the right, you hear what essentially is the sound of another scrum going on. And we will skip down to Rorik, as you have the option to attack here, sir, on the one that you have left.
Certainly. Did the raptor kill the other one, or are they still scrapping?
They're scrapping, but it appears to be toying with it, as it's bleeding profusely, and the raptor appears perfectly fine.
I like him. Yeah, I'll just attack at this thing.
Yeah, it's the one you got Hunter's Mark. Wow.
Hey, there we go.
Hey, there's no way that this person's not dead, but go ahead. Yeah, 19 and your Hunter's Mark damage. How would you like to kill the poor lizard man, who was actually the true lover of the one that Will killed, and they are both dying within seconds of one another. As
The lizard man is pinned up against the cave wall with, by the tip of my massive sword. And it's just kind of like pathetically squirming and slapping at the blade, trying somehow to get free. And Rurik's just watching the raptor toy with this other thing, just ha-ha! And this thing finally gives a death rattle and just kind of gasps, just and goes limp. Rurik looks back over, just, oh yeah.
By the time you look back over, the raptor is pulling forth the throat of the final lizard man, and you all are essentially in a now very quiet tomb. No pun intended.
Oh dear.
Right. Rorik, is that you down there?
Friend, what was his name? Orc friend. That is you, right? Yes?
Oh, my name's Grob, yeah. We met before, on the boat.
Oh, of course, Grob. Where are you? I cannot see.
I'm up here. I'll try and get line of sight to him, I suppose. I'll kind of run down.
What's the light source in here? Is it like pitch black, or?
No, there appears to be some natural skylights that have given this area adequate light. You're not sure if they were placed in. You're not sure if they were placed in there for ventilation purposes, because there appear to be remnants of campfires and things like that. You're not sure exactly why, because it appears things were eaten raw. But at this point, you guys are all standing there, and there still is a boy struggling on the altar.
Oh shit, yeah. Also, thanks so much to Little Black of for the 12 months subscription. That's a whole fucking year.
That's a year.
Holy mackerel. Appreciate that. I'm gonna go fucking before I worry about Rurik, I was worried about the kid, so I'm gonna go and see if I can get the kid down. You're right, kid. Everything's okay now. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah, the kid looks very confused. The kid looks very confused by your appearance. Not that it's any similarity to the lizard folk, but it seems to be foreign enough to him.
Yeah, I look pretty scary.
It's still kind of off-putting, the half-orc visage. But seeing what you did to his previous captors, the boy kind of, as he pulls his arms down and takes the gag out of his mouth, he just looks back and forth to the bear, to you, to the sound that's coming up the hallway, and kind of fixates a little bit on Hezekiah as being the only person that sort of somewhat looks like the person or someone that he might know, and then kind of turns back to you, to Grob.
Yeah.
And he points to his chest and he says, Zol.
So, okay, well, I point to my chest. Grob, are you hurt?
He kind of squints his eyes at you.
I've pretty got a cut on me, so I point to my cut and point to him and kind of do the kind of shrug shoulders. You?
He gives you a very negative.
Okay. I thumbs up. Good. Guys.
He hops down from the the altar that was there and kind of gets his feet underneath him, and he reaches up and takes Grob's hand and begins to kind of pull you.
Okay, guys. Rory, come up here. Quinn, guessing that's you. The kid, his name's Zol. He wants to show us something.
He pulls you guys down towards the water, but it appears that he's going to bypass the pool and go basically in the direction that Rorik came in through. And he seems to be kind of heading back out towards the plains. I will let you know at this time, and for all of you playing at home who are going to be doing Tomb of Annihilation or in Tomb of Annihilation, now is the perfect time to bust out those super fun exhaustion levels. Rorik, you fought in heavy armor after having run about a mile through the jungle. You are going to need to have fresh water or find fresh water or take a level of exhaustion at this point.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
So can I guess we're back with Rorik, yeah?
Yes, you guys. Let's just say everybody met up by the pool right here.
Right by the evil pool.
How is this raptor reacting to a child and all these other people? Like, I don't want him to pounce on the party, you know?
Yeah, the raptor appears to have disappeared. It's gone back down the steps towards the plains. You know, occasionally you can hear a from somewhere, you know, but it's echoing through there.
I don't know what on earth that raptor thing was, but I think we should just thank our lucky stars that it's got away. This is Zol, Rorik, good to see you alive. Quinn, good to see you alive.
I really want Quinn to just walk out from around the corner and just be like, "Who is the bear?" And you just stood back like, just wanted to be part of something.
The kid wants to show us something. I think he wants to get out of here. I suggest we follow him.
It is good to see you all alive, friends. Let us do so. By the way, the bloodied look really behooves you, Grob.
Thank you. I try and keep myself clean at the best of times. I used to have a wizard friend who used to know prestidigitation, who would sort this right out for me. But fortunately, I don't think any of you guys know that spell. Do you know prestidigitation?
No need. You look fantastic.
Well, okay, well, let's go with this local look, we'll say. Yes, we'll look at the locals around here. Let's avoid any more horny cows, if possible, because there were some really big, very horny cows back the way we came. Don't want anything to do with them. Trust me, Hezekiah has been stunned into silence ever since he saw them. I think it's PTSD. So
at this point, I was just going to say that Zol is just looking back and forth between you guys as the exchange seems to not be registering at all with anything that he can understand.
Fair. I point to the kids and point out to the kind of cave exit. Safe or home?
Yes, that is the home of the horny cows you speak of. We might not want to go that way.
Right.
Zol seems to be pulling you towards that direction, or in that direction.
I think the kid knows what he's doing. He must be a local. Maybe he can take us to his family?
Quinn just sort of like lowers himself, so he's very close to the ground, right next to the kid, and nudges him with his nose and tries to sort of flick him.
Yeah, don't worry about the bear. He's a person. You lead, we follow. And I kind of gesture like, go.
Right. The boy seems entranced by Quinn's bear form. Whether or not it's something that maybe he hasn't seen before on
Sure.
this island of giant thundering lizards. But he kind of tentatively rubs his hand through the bear's fur as it dips down into the hide area, and seeing what he's suggesting, he kind of effortlessly hops up and kind of scoots to the rear of the shoulders where it meets the neck of the bear. Full on Mowgli. Bare necessities time. Right.
And Quinn sort of brings himself up and begins to move forward towards the edge of the cave, sort of sniffing outside. I'm going to roll a perception check to see if I can smell any more of these lizard creatures.
It's not the bare necessities. It's not the bare necessities. It's the quintessentials.
Oh my god, that's amazing! I hate you.
If anybody can draw that.
Oh dear, dear.
I'm gonna sniff around, having keen senses as a bear, to see if I can sniff out any of these more of these lizard creatures. I actually get this at advantage. So that's an 8 and a 19.
Okay, so it takes a couple seconds as you're sitting there kind of, using your bear senses and you're pretty sure that what you're smelling is residual. There's a lot of really overpowering smells in this area. But as you get closer to the cave mouth and you're able to sniff around, you're fairly confident that everything you're smelling is a past smell, and you're just about ready to step out when you smell something else. Something very fresh. In fact, it's something that seems to be commingled with the smell of those large beasts that are lurking just a few hundred yards away from the mouth of this cave, or a few hundred feet from the mouth of this cave. But this is different. It's a lizard smell, but much more because of the bear sense of olfactory, you can sense when something exhibits more of a certain hormone, or if it's an alpha predator, or if it's the leader of something. You're getting a very strong predatory apex type of vibe, but it definitely smells like a lizard creature, and it is coming this way.
Quinn sort of immediately, his haunches hackle, sort of the hair raises ever so slightly, and he sort of backs up ever so slightly, and not having any way of really communicating, he just takes a claw and draws a line sort of across in the dirt across the cave mouth, and then sort of digs his claw into this side and nods, and then digs his claw into the other side and shakes his head, and then looks expectantly to the party.
Okay, you're doing these very intricate things with Grob and Rorik looking at you. So,
I do not know how to line dance, sir.
Right. I will assume that you're able to kind of do this enough where they understand what you're doing, full on Baloo, almost a talking bear. So yeah, you guys are realizing that he's warning you that there's something outside of the door that is not good.
Bad out there, good in here.
Right. That's about what you can get from it.
Got it. We should stay in here?
He nods.
Rurik points at that big puddle of water, like that big pool. Do you think that is safe to drink? I think I am dying.
Looks kind of brackish.
I will let Grob have a survival roll on that if you like.
Yeah, maybe.
With advantage because it's survivalist. So.
Oh yeah, survival is +4. Let's try this. With advantage, a 21.
Okay. Grob, when you get down to the water, it is foul. It appears that, for lack of a better term, these things were cooling themselves in it, bathing, being essentially cold-blooded creatures. They have to have a way to bring their temperature down in weather like this.
Gotcha.
And so they were in the water. However, you do notice that for some reason, there doesn't seem to be any definable source for this water. You don't see, as a survivalist, you don't see anything that would denote a current,
So it's just still water.
but it appears to be kind of filling and overspilling, as if there is some form of something
Source.
filling this up.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay. This is weird. There's no natural source, but the water keeps filling up. Might be some strange lizard magic stuff. Don't drink that. Don't drink that. No.
His lips are like 2 inches from the water. Like,
And grab his head away.
okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Scary thing outside. Maybe we should just explore in here.
Quinn is almost actually out of. It's been a little while, and he's starting to realize that he might need to turn back soon. So if we're going to do exploring around the cave, he will sniff out to see if he can try and find anything else in this cave, any other way out, if he can smell sort of fresh air coming from any other direction.
Sure. Yeah, you can smell it coming from the direction that Grob and Hezekiah came through.
Okay.
Also, you can smell fresh air coming from the death drop that you saved yourself from.
Yeah, so I'm gonna sort of head up towards the place that Grog and Hezekiah came through, and sniff around there just to see if I can smell this apex predator. That's a really vague term, and I'm really uncomfortable with it.
I love it.
I know.
Yup.
A 12. It's all right. It's completely fine here.
Yeah, you do not smell anything that resembles the apex predatory smell that you smelled down below. And if all of you are going up there, Hezekiah and Grob will be able to tell you that the horny cows that were down below seem to have meandered off. They no longer seem intent on the ledge as some time has passed.
Alright, well, it looks like they've gone, so let's head this way. Maybe we can go around to where the kid wants to be going, because we don't want nothing to do with that weird smell, funky smell that Quinn smelled. So, let's go this way.
Do any of you have water?
Yeah, I got some water in me. I'll hand him a water
May I
skin.
please have it.
Sure. I pass him a water skin.
Okay.
Fantastic. Thank you.
You have evaded that for now, and we will be keeping track of the water as soon as we get to
Oh, I'm
big mother effing jungle. Okay, so you guys are able to get back on what is essentially the plains for brevity's sake, you guys get down back on the plains and you actually kind of curl around the valley to the point where Rorik came across and Hezekiah and Grob came from the north, and Zol leads you further into the interior of the plains area, kind of keeping quiet, and a few of the Triceratops look up, but kind of go right back around, keeping calm as Rorik did in the previous time by just walking slowly and not making any aggressive maneuvers. You guys are able to clear in through there, and before you know it, the plains grass kind of dies away as it's been stamped down in a specific area, and you see what is essentially a large man-made pooled briar thicket that one might see if you're familiar with tribes in Africa. They have briar and thorn thickets that they weave to keep natural predators out. You see one of those appear, and just over the top of it, which is 8 to 10 feet, you see the domed roofs of what appear to be village huts.
Ah, nice. I smile to Zol and say, thanks. Guys, looks like we found something that might be a little bit safer. After all, we've saved Zol. I might want to turn back out of a bear, Quinn.
Quinn almost immediately sort of like lowers himself and very carefully sort of rolls. He doesn't like roll onto the kid, but he just sort of rolls his shoulder, lowering it so he can easily jump down.
Just squash the kid.
Just like, thank you for taking us to the next city hub. Splat.
Thank you, traveller.
And yeah. After he climbs off, a very battered Quinn is going to emerge as sort of like he begins to sort of shrink down, and it's almost like watching like one of those evolution videos where you watch like the spawn crawl and then the lizard and then the person and it grows. It's like that in reverse as he goes from this huge sort of predator down into a humanoid, his clothing reappearing, and he basically stays on all fours, and you can see he's bleeding quite badly. I'm going to spend a hit die, if that's okay.
You certainly can, sir.
Oh, Quinn, there you are. Good to see you made it out of there safe, friend.
Where did that bear go?
There was a bear here a minute ago.
Yeah, Zol seems very upset that the bear is gone and is not quite sure what to make of Quinn, but putting two and two together, he kind of just pats Quinn and runs off into the village.
Quinn very slowly pulls himself up. Just, I believe we are to follow. I'd be careful if I were you.
Well, let's try and make some good first impressions. Maybe I should clean some of this blood off me. Actually, I was gonna say I put water over myself, but that's a ridiculous idea. So no, I
wash. No.
Never wash, just be caked in filth.
Did you ever see the Three Amigos?
Yeah.
They're out in the desert and Jake's just like washing himself off. Everybody else is dying of thirst, right?
The trick is to be caked in disease-ridden blood. Yeah, so I will. I'll just try and rub some grime off of me and then follow the kid and try and smile a little bit with my half-orc big teeth.
Okay, as you guys come in, Rorik, as you're walking into like through the briar line, you cast a glance back and you see just in the thicket off to the side, you see your blue-skinned friend as he peeks up and he puts his head back down, and you see the zigzagging pattern go off around the outside of the briars. As you guys walk in, you realize that basically the entirety of what is a very small village has emerged from these kind of low clay, mud, and bamboo-esque huts. And they're all standing there watching as you come into the area. And you see Zol leading what appears to be an older but very muscular man. He comes forward and he has what appears to be long, almost dreaded up hair, and it has woven in it different bones of varying sizes. Some of them dyed different colors. It doesn't take a roll to realize that this must be someone of importance in this area. And Zol brings him over and he points to himself, and you hear just a smattering of what he's saying. And as he's explaining everything, the person, the larger man, is just nodding, and he looks over at the four of you and he says, "Thank you for saving him."
Oh, welcome. And I do a bow thing.
As soon as you start to do that, he goes, and kind of makes you not do that.
I stopped doing that.
Not necessary.
Well, you're certainly welcome. We are good deed doers, and a good deed needed doing. So we did the good deed.
What he's trying to say is, no worries. Huh.
No.
Yeah, precisely.
Where are we now?
You are in the village of Paku.
Village of Paku. Very nice. It's a lovely village you have.
Thank you. At this point, he casts his own eyes back into the area from which you came, as if half expecting you to be trailing more people, but he does not seem surprised at all by your presence. He's not off-put by Grob's appearance. The fact that he has been presumably told that Quinn turned from a bear into a human, that there is a man in armor that by all accounts should be dead in this heat that's standing in front of him, and that there's a competent Mike, which is the rarest of all animals that is with you guys. So he leans forward and he immediately begins to walk towards the center of the village, beckoning for you all to come.
Yeah, I will.
I'm right on his heels. And I'm actually gonna ask him if he'll respond to me. You know our language. Are there others like us that speak this?
None from here.
Oh, then how does he know?
My father taught me. His father taught him.
Sound like very great men.
Thank you. He leads you towards the center of town, and what is a very small center of the area. But you see a very low, much lower than the other structures, barely 3-4 feet off the ground, a domed structure of reeds, would appear to be great palm fronds and dirt, and it's packed, and there are no windows except for a small hole in the top where a trickle of smoke comes out. And what you can only assume is the chief walks up and he pulls aside a piece of palm frond, exposing a very small hole, one that all of you would have to get on your hands and knees to crawl into. Grob may have to get on his belly to get in here. And he points into the hole and he says, "You must speak with the Dooney."
Okay. May I ask why?
It is prophecy.
Oh, well, in that case, sounds important.
Oh,
Right, guys?
great, another one of these.
He means good. Let's go in. Everybody, I'll just get in first, cool on my belly. Never mind, this is nicely sized, this whole thing. I'm just giving him platitudes as I'm going in.
You guys are able to, if you're all going in, I take it? Okay. You guys all climb in and you get inside what is essentially an extremely dimly lit, low-lying, Grob, you're hunched over sitting in it. There are soft woods and soft, almost like a blanket of dry leaves underneath your feet. It's a rarity because it's one of the few dry places you've been so far in this place. And as you sit down, you realize that in the back, kind of where the dome meets the earth, is an incredibly thin, incredibly ancient looking human. And you can tell by the blankness and the pupilless eyes that this person is in all likelihood blind. And as you walk in, he just begins to nod at all of you, and you see him produce what appears to be a brazier, and he begins to throw sands and dust, and you see multicolors start coming off of it. And behind you, that palm frond goes back, closing off the air and the light that's coming in through the doorway that you entered. The Dooney begins to mutter and hum. And as the smoke begins to spin, I would like you all to roll for me a Constitution saving throw. And because you saved Zol, nat ones get to be re-rolled.
Nice. Nope, not good enough for me. It's a 9 from me.
It's a 4 from me.
21.
21. Okay, I would like you all to roll another Constitution saving throw, please.
No,
Yes.
I don't want to.
12 on this one.
I rolled one worse. 8. I'm getting worse at this.
A 14.
Damn it.
And you had a 4 for your first one, right, Josh?
Yeah.
And Strider, what were your two?
First a 21 and then a 12.
Okay. Now, I would like you each to roll. I want Will to do a strength saving throw. I want Josh to do a wisdom saving throw. And I want Strider to do a charisma saving throw, please.
It's 20.
18.
7.
There we go.
Yeah.
The natural order of things has resumed.
Okay.
Mike is still with us.
Right. As the Dooney begins to spin these smokes, you all begin to feel it's an out-of-body, very absent yourself. Not numb, not high, not drunk or intoxicated, just a sense of removal from the scene. And Will, I know you got to stay online, buddy, but what I'd like to do is I'm going to take everybody else offline so they can't hear and do you each one at a time with what exactly the Dooney shows you all.
All right, so
I've always wanted one of these.
Do us one at a time. I like it. Okay.
I choo-choo, man.
That's a dream come true.
Do you want me to go first, or do you want Rurik first?
I can take you first, Will, if you'd like.
Okay, cool, sure.
Okay.
Exciting.
Okay, Grob.
Yeah.
As you're sitting there, and this is different for you. You know, Grob's a very literal person. If it's in front of him, he kills it. This mind stuff, he leaves it to his friend who had the prestidigitation and all that stuff. You know, these magics are
confusing. Yeah.
Very confusing, right? But what you do know is, one minute you're inside this little hut, you blink, and the next minute you're in your old village, the one that's not there anymore, and you see everyone you ever knew running and laughing and playing. You know, there's work being done, but the Spartan life of common folk. But it's your village. It's whole. It's unblemished. And as you look around, you see your mom waving to you. Oh, there he is, my sweet-faced boy.
Hi, Mum.
She comes over to you, kind of beckons you over as she leads you into the small village proper, and she cups your hands around her. She cups your face, and she says, "Oh, you look so tired."
Am I dreaming?
No, you're not. It's me.
How?
It's where I am now.
Is this the afterlife?
It's mine. You've been given a very important job, my sweet-faced boy.
Well, I have. What's that?
There are many like us who won't be able to go to a place like this anymore. They've given you the job to make sure that people can go to their afterlife.
So, how do...
She seems to cup your hands. You see tears start to come down from the sides of her eyes as if she's privy to something that you're not.
How do I do it?
You be you. You be my sweet-faced boy. At this point in the background, you see smoke start to come off of several of the huts, and you see fire start to lick across the thatched roofs. And a couple of the people are walking, and they very casually, very calmly lay down as blood starts to seep through their shirts in the final images of how you found them. And as your mom is looking at you, she kind of lays down in your arms as you're kneeling there, and she's looking up at you, still cupping your face, and she says, "You be you, my sweet-faced boy. Know that your mom's watching you."
Okay, Mum.
She reaches up and she fixes your glasses, pushes them up your nose.
Yeah, there's tears kind of welling in his eyes as he sees the smoke and the people. Can I go now? I don't want to stay any longer.
Yes. And you see her lean back, and as she leans back, a huge gash opens in her throat, and it is the image that you found her as you are in the middle of your burned village.
Probably froze up.
Yeah. There is a flash as you cut to what looks like, you're not real sure, it looks and appears like a temple of some kind. and you see an old, what can only be, you've seen priestesses before, and a priestess is standing there, and a woman that you would only realize is someone that does that magic stuff.
Yeah.
And you realize that you have just finished writing something on a piece of parchment as what appears to be the magic user reaches down and smears it with her thumb. And she looks up at you and she says, "You'll remember it in time."
I'm not supposed to remember.
"You will. But this part, the part that's smudged, you will remember that last."
I don't know if I want to.
"You will. And remember, Grob. Do what we need you to do. And we'll bring her back. We'll bring them all back.
You can do that?
We will do that."
Then I'll do what I have to do. Whatever it takes.
We know that you will. And with that, there's another flash. And Grob, you pass out. You see, I'll take Strider.
Alright, and I will headphones off.
All right.
I got some worrying gesticulation out of that, man.
Did you? Okay.
There's a melon, there's a Tarzan moment, and then someone died.
Right. Okay, so you, as you're sitting inside the hut and you are feeling the smoke and whatever's in the smoke kind of enter your lungs, it's not hard or difficult to breathe. It's just you feel that sense of removal. And you blink and you close your eyes and you open again and you see a very attractive young woman, and she's walking down the bustling streets of, maybe it's Waterdeep, maybe it's Neverwinter, maybe it's Baldur's Gate. And in her arms are two bundles. For a second, they look like perhaps they're wrapped groceries, or until each of them begin to coo. And from this perspective, you realize that they're two babies. There's another flash, and you see the woman holding one of the babies, and just in the foreground is a brazier and a pyre, and a very small source of that pyre is burning, as is the custom of this woman. There's another flash. The woman is laying, her neck twisted, black and blue, obviously strangled, perhaps her neck broken, laying on the sheets of her trade in a bed of some flea-ridden loft. And the hand, frozen almost in rigor mortis, is reaching towards the door, but not the door itself, which just beyond it. The slightly older baby, as it is sitting there, cooing and crying for a mother that will never arrive. You get another flash. You are standing in what appears to be a temple. Before you is a priestess, and you know that you should know of what order she's from, but you just can't put your name on the divine or the divinity or the god of which she is associated. And then there's another person, a woman who appears to be of a wizarding variety, and you just can't remember what or who she is. And as they turn to you, they say, "Your father doesn't know you're coming. We can't risk sending word, but you must get to him at Camp Vengeance. If you deliver the words, he will not need a missive. He will not need letters of court. Tell him getting to your goal, getting to the target, is the only way this ends. You must bring the Order of the Gauntlet into the fray. They could be the winning hand that we so desperately need. And as you flash again, you see yourself older, your sword hilt on your shoulder, cocked like you usually do for battle, your armor polished to an unbelievable gleam as you are being sworn in as the Lord Commander of the Order of the Gauntlet. Flash. You're done, buddy. Josh,
Damn.
you're up.
Damn. Okay. Good job, man.
Hello. Not worried at all.
Okay, good. Yours is the one I wanted to
Okay.
do the most.
Oh, fuck, man.
Chat, keep this one a secret. Okay, so as you're sitting in the hut and as you are breathing in this, you have more experience than the others in some of this stuff. This is natural medicine. This is shamanistic, ritualistic medicine. And you can even identify some of the herbs that this guy's throwing into the brazier. You know what's coming next. So none of this is really a shock to you. And mechanically speaking, this gives you a big advantage on the DC for what all this stuff was. So in knowing what's going to happen, you're sitting there, and before you know it, you're in a beautiful forest. I mean, even by druidic standards, this is something else. And as you look around and as you see these absolutely pristine examples of woods and crystal clear water, you see emerging from behind this row of pine a handsome, young, long-limbed man who appears to be wearing armor made out of gilded and metallic oak leaves. And as he walks towards you, he gestures for you to step with him.
Quinn sort of reaches up to touch his clan's fur in way of greeting and slowly moves forward, sort of just running his hand through the overgrown grass, grown as it should, the wildness of this place. He doesn't look the guy in the eye. He averts his gaze slightly in a sign of respect. He waits to be greeted, or for this to be explained to him, I guess.
The young man walks up and he says, "Quinn, beautiful, is it not?"
He looks around and just sighs deeply. It is. I've never seen things so harmonious, so in balance.
It is a shame that this age has passed, but it can come again. We must believe that.
I do believe that.
Do you know where we stand?
He will gaze around. Does this look like any hunting ground the tribe has ever sort of taken refuge in or camped in?
No, but if you want to roll a nature check for me, I can.
Yeah. He's heard legends of glades and places and stuff like this, but I mean, there's a chance he'd never seen this place. But that is a 17.
Okay. You can tell that this is, by the foliage and the fauna, that this is like Sword Coast area. That you're not sure. You can smell the sea on the wind, so you know that you're probably close to the ocean. Looking up into the darkening sky, the only thing that kind of sets you off is the fact that the stars don't look quite right. And as he sees you looking and taking all of this in, he nods in approval, and he says, "Soon the elves will come, and they will build their city here, and that city will fall, and then the humans will come, and build their city of splendors, and their water deep will rise in this place. And as he looks around, as he's kind of gesturing, because of the heavy canopy, it's hard to see the mountain just off to the north. And as you kind of look up and reorient yourself and realize you were right, this is the Sword Coast, you see a comet rip through the sky. Something that shouldn't be heard, but you can hear the rumbling in it. And it looks identical to the one that you saw, the one that drew you into this quest. But as it burns with these reds and oranges, it's not a heat that Quinn feels, but a cold. A extreme, desperate cold. And the person looks at you and he says, "My son, you know what must be done, correct?"
He gazes up and he sees the comet. And he looks at everything that has been lost in this land, all the beauty that has been stolen away, and he's almost, without even realizing it, has drawn a little blood from his hand as he's digging his nail in viciously into his palm in anger. And he nods and says, "What once was, will be again."
Exactly. Follow the comet, Quinn, and find the ring. That is the only way that nature can reassert itself. We can take back all of these lands with the ring. There's a flash. And before you have a chance to reorient yourself, you are in a temple. And you're able to realize that this is a temple in the iconography. It's a temple of Ogma. And a woman dressed in the priestess vestments is before you, as is a woman that you can identify as being of the wizardly arts. And as they're looking at you, give me a second, let me make sure I got my notes here. Okay. As they're looking through there, you notice that there's somebody else in the room. A person that you identify as being a member of the circle above yours, the one that kind of encompasses an entire regional area. You know him only as Clipper. And he is someone that identifies more with the winter winds, he's an expert in all things of that season. And he comes forward, and as the two kind of pull back and listen to what he has to say, he takes you in his confidence, draws you close, and right at the last second, you realize he has cast a spell of silence, not on you or not on yourself, but on the area. Anything outside of this area is not going to be able to hear the conversation that you two are now privy to. And he looks and he goes, "Find artist Simba. He's carrying the Ring of Winter. No matter what it takes, get the ring. You bring it back, and we can dictate the course of this history that they love so much. We can place an eternal winter on any of these goddamn cities they put up. They won't be able to live there. Can you do this for us, Quinn?"
For as long as it has been, the strong will survive. We are strong.
Nature finds a way.
He smiles a wicked, sharp-toothed smile.
At this point, he leans closer as you realize the duration of the spell, which appears to be just a wisp of burning thread, and it's almost up. He leans closer and he says, "The frost giants are looking for it too. They're in the jungle as well. They'll kill you if they know you have it. There's another flash. This time, you see yourself. And you are sitting and you believe yourself to be much older than what you are now. But as you draw closer, as this third eye, this mind's eye draws closer, you see Quinn sitting on a throne of ice and rock. And where you thought your hair was white, it's actually coated in snow and frost. And your eyes are blue, too blue. And on your finger rests a ring, which vapor and cold ekes off of it. And you smile at the world you've made and the limitless possibilities. Flash. Okay, we can get it right back now.
Oh yeah.
We're back on.
Yep.
I saw thumbs.
You saw thumbs.
Oh, goody.
Okay.
Hey guys.
How you guys doing? How you been?
You guys,
how's stuff?
at the culmination of
chilling.
everything, you guys all pass out, Hezekiah included. You guys have all just passed out inside this tent.
Sweet.
As you are drifting off collectively, you hear one word go through all of your minds, and though you don't know it, it's at the exact same time. Jolt, as it goes through, and it evokes memories. You realize you were in a temple of Ogma. It was Baldur's Gate or Waterdeep, you can't remember where. There was a wizard, and she was part of this, but you can't remember where. Many of you are having problems making these connections. As you bring yourselves back up and you begin to stir, you kind of all come forward and kind of wake up in this tent, but instead of the old man sitting across from you, even though it still looks like the wheezing figure and the scraggly hair, you realize that the eyes are now glowing red. And as you're sitting there, it begins to slowly turn and look around, almost as if it's trying to take in the area, a slight grin on its face as it's looking back and forth, and it says, "How interesting. You carry the taint of Sylvain and the voice of Ogma, yet I cannot see you. Delicious." And the eyes continue to look back and forth and back and forth. And finally, they open as if registering something it had not thought of. "Those desperate fools. They sent you against me without your memories, didn't they? If one did not already know how stupid and foolish they are, it might be considered clever. Regardless, I wanted you to know. I wanted you to know the futility of your approach. And I want you to come anyway. How else would I have my fun? I wanted you to know you are the last. Heroes far more powerful than you have come, and Sylvain has reached the end of her parchment. You are the last 4 names to cross off. I want you to come, and I do hope you remember before we meet, because I do so like the taste of terror." And you see the old man blink his eyes and crash to the ground. And at this point, the reed is pulled aside, and you see the chief kind of come in, and Opa, and he comes up and he's pulling the old man aside, and the old man seems to wake up and kind of wave his hand a little bit, and the four of you are in there looking around, and the smoke is dissipated, and you have all experienced the benefits of a long rest.
Whoa, what the hell was that?
Also, Rorik, you have a permanent +2 to your charisma.
Tremendous. None of that was tremendous. That was all god awful.
Whoa, what the hell was that? And I go to kind of like shake the guy.
The old man?
Yeah.
Quinn immediately steps in front of him and just like plants himself firmly in the ground, despite the fact that he's quite short considering he's an elf, but he just takes a defensive stance in front of the old man, and behind his back he rests his fingers on the bone that makes the hilt of his flint dagger, and the other hand on Grog's chest. And
Rurik is uncharacteristically quiet and kind of just scrambles out of this little hut and crawls out to the front.
What the fuck was that? And Grob never swears.
Yeah. He looks you dead in the eye and says, This is a spiritual place. You must leave now.
Get the hell out of here.
The old man reaches forward and kind of waves for Grob to stay, and he goes, Upmaya. And he reaches back into the corner and he pulls out a large palm frond, but it seems to be woven with reeds. And each reed and fiber is dyed, so the image that's displayed almost bears the quality of thread or even paints. And as he pulls it over and shows it, you see depicted in incredibly lifelike imagery the four visages of Grob, Quinn, Rorik, and Hezekiah. And he pulls forth another, and you see Quinn in mid-transformation in this image, half bear, half man. There's a picture of Grob. Grob's pushing his glasses up. There's a picture of Rorik running with a blue-skinned lizard. There's a picture of Hezekiah wielding a green flame blade. And he reaches forward and he taps the pictures and he points to you two, and he pats the chief, and the chief turns and he says, "It's the prophecy. You are to save us, and we are to help you."
Right. Do you have any alcohol?
He looks at Quinn.
Quinn just shakes his head and turns and just says, fermented fruits.
Yes.
He nods and turns back to Grop and says, they have something, a local, I believe you call it brew, but I would take a few moments. What you've been through, a spiritual.
What I've been through, did you not see any of that?
No, it is not meant for me to see, nor mine to you. But for now, you must step outside and breathe the fresh air. You are a new man. It is difficult to explain, but once you have seen the path that is laid before you, you are finally considered a man.
Speak as many riddles as he does. Did you see that woman with the parchment? I looked at Rurik as well.
Rurik's little legs kicking, trying to get out of the hut hole. He kind of stops and looks over and just gives you a solemn, like, confused eyebrow and just
You should
shakes his head.
head outside.
Yeah,
We can talk.
fine. Grub heads outside. Happy to be away.
Rurik inhales the fresh air outside.
I do not like prophecies. Prophecies are bad news.
We need to go.
Quinn,
We can't linger. This is time sensitive. We must hurry.
Quinn just gives a solemn sort of pack salute to the chief and the shaman, and then he scampers through the hole, and he comes out and just stands there for a few moments, almost sort of going through almost like an aerobic sort of style breathing routine to clear his mind of having basically just been hotboxed for God knows how long we were in there for, and finally just clearing the last of the smoke from his system, from his head, and says, "Right, we have something to do."
That was either divine intervention or it was witchcraft, and I know just the man who can tell us what.
But at this point, the chief comes out and he motions towards two of what appear to be a female and a male dressed in warrior garb, gestures for them, and they run off into the village proper.
Yeah, Grub takes a few moments to get himself back together and nods, kind of having shaken it off. That was weird, but I think he'll be fine.
We must prepare.
You will help us in our divine assignment.
That is part of prophecy. But first, you must help us defend the village.
Against what? More of those raptor lizard things?
At this point, the two warriors come back, and in between them, they're each guiding one arm, is the blonde elven woman from the boat. She appears to be no worse for wear. And when she runs forward and kind of in a very familiar way, kind of touches Grob's arm and touches Rorik, and she's like, "I'm so glad you're all right. I thought you were dead."
Who are you? We have heard a lot about you, but I don't rightly recall.
We're not with our memories right now.
She pulls back and kind of looks forlornly down, and she goes, right. Let's see, how would you want me to do this? What's the short of it? They're going to attack this village. We need to fight them back.
Who is they?
It's the pirates, the ones that were left.
Oh, okay. We can do that. Who are you?
I'm with you all. We have the same place to go.
Okay, what's your name?
You may call me Raven.
Grob Hums. Mm-hmm. Right, well, when are they coming? Do we have time?
They will be here an hour, maybe two. There is an old fortress between us and them that the Paku used to defend themselves in time of old. They will be sending archers. I believe you've met Zol, the young boy. He will be scouting the area. We are to face them in the fortress.
Well,
according to the prophecy.
We helped them, then they helped us. Now we've got to help them again if we're going to help us some more. Right.
She gently touches Grob's shoulder, and she smiles and says, "You're always good at helping, Grob."
Yeah, that's what worries me. Right, where's this fortress?
It's just to the east.
Alright, then I suggest we get out of here then.
Okay, at this point you see that there is a mobilization of about 10 to 15 archer wielding types, guys. And they're beginning to take off towards that direction, towards the east. And you're pulled back by the chief, who is also donning weapons of war and armor. And he says,
"I know you do not want to fight, but It is the only way for us to take you where you need to go.
We'll fight if we have to. Isn't that right? I looked at
I
Quinn.
may not understand a lot, but divine vengeance is one thing I can understand. Fighting is... I look forward to it. It'll clear the mind.
Quinn nods and says, what of supplies for the fort? Water, food.
There is water there. We will be bringing food and anything else you may need. Arrows, armor, but you appear to already have that.
Do you have anything to lace arrows with? Anything to help weaken them? Poisons?
We do. I would make them sleep.
He nods and
Rob's running. Okay. Good talk.
that would be good.
He nods to somebody else, and they provide several vials and satchels. It's a combination of like a sticky liquid and what appears to be a sort of like crystallized sand. It's not necessarily. It's a 2-component sleep poison. So if you coat this on your blade, you can poison them, which would result in a failed saving throw and would make them sleepy sleep.
Cool. He's actually going to, he pats sort of like a small quiver of arrows, which he keeps sort of across his back, sort of lower back, and draws one and begins to, as he goes, essentially stir the concoction with the tip of the arrow. And he will actually... Yeah, and what he'll do is, just for added, for now, he'll take sort of a small scrap of cloth from his clothing, and he'll just bind it. So it's basically a glass vial, like strapped to the end of the arrow, and begin to head out. These turned. I guess we're gonna have to ask sort of the awkward. How do you ask this in character? Looks to Raven and says, "How do you hunt?"
How do you hunt?
You.
Oh, to Raven?
Yeah.
I am an archer.
He grins, sort of appreciating that. Pats sort of the bow that's across his back, and good. Do you need? And sort of gestures to arrows and poison and all manner of stuff.
I'm fine. Okay, mechanically how this is going to work, guys, and like I said, I hate to kind of push this, but I want to make sure that we get through struggle in Three-Horn Valley and be able to get into Toon proper next week. At the same time, I don't want to get into Toon proper next week without Mike. Because we'll all be dead at about halfway through episode 1. So I flashed up, and you guys should be able to see that circular fortress.
Yeah, looking awesome.
What we're going to do with that is the top level, which let me select it out. This top level right here is an area for archers to be able to fight. There are inner workings, kind of like a gladiatorial coliseum that will go underneath right here, and a collapsed one over here, one to the south, and then one also to the rear. The enemy will be coming from this direction. The Paku will line the walls up here and hopefully give you guys enough supporting fire for the incoming enemies that they'll be able to kind of thin the herd, so to speak, as they're coming through. But in a nutshell, the information that you receive from Raven and the chief is that the pirates that have crashed have taken over the eastern side of the island. They have already confiscated or quelled 2 smaller tribes over there, and they have plans to basically make this into a Nassau, like a pirate colony type of area. And so they have, with the help of their wizard over there, have got a few things that they want to do to kind of come over here and take over the Paku. So you guys, your job is to stop them from doing that. And in doing that, the Paku will reward you with a one-way or maybe round-trip ticket to Jolt. So,
Hey,
Does Raven have any kind of estimate on numbers we're facing?
no, she knows that there are between 15 and 20 of the pirates that survived. She does know, however, that a large contingent of that force, or the forces that they have amassed, are staying on the eastern side of the island because they've been able to basically take out these tribes with very little resistance. So chances are they have no clue of your whereabouts, since you have not encountered any of them, which you could have, which you did not.
We saw a fair few on that ship, didn't we? We know there's... But I guess a storm as well. It depends how many survived, etc. Yeah. Okay.
Right, you guys did see bodies too.
Yeah,
Bodies that you couldn't identify. So there was probably an attrition rate there for obviously the Lady Luck and for the Black Spectre. So they probably lost some people, but the original complement was around 60.
Okay. Then I am running with the tribe. I'm going to be running with Vol. I have a couple of javelins, so I'm gonna position myself on the wall, probably here-ish. I want to be close to the sort of staircase in order to run down and hold the gate entrances, many as they are, because I can do that and I won't move. But I want to take advantage of the height to get some javelins in on them before they get down into a melee. So that's where I'm going, and I'm gonna, Grub's not really too much of a soldier, but he'll fall into line a little bit more. If they need any kind of orders or commands, anyone looks like they're slacking around, Grog will get them ship shape. That's the one.
Ship shape.
Ship shape.
Yeah, they seem to be not necessarily soldiers, but very adept at hunting.
Yeah, they're fighters at least. Yeah.
These are indigenous peoples that are used to working, so they're not. They're putting their full effort into this. And but you take up your position, and where would the rest of you like to be?
How long does it take? We said we had a couple hours. How long does it take to get to the fort?
Relatively quickly, about 20-30 minutes.
Is there any way Rurik could try to organize some folks to put up, I don't know, some kind of branches or just anything to maybe try to block some of the exits, little faux barricade or something?
Sure. Do you want it to be a faux, or do you want it to be actual barricades? I'll let you barricade one of the entrances and faux all of them. It's up to you.
Well, I'll take other people's input. I think just so we're not completely flanked from the other end, we could block up the one from behind us.
Yeah, I like that idea. Either this one or that one's probably the best, or this one maybe. I don't know. Depends where they come from, but I'd say how many? Okay, question: how many tribesmen do we have?
You've been told that several of the tribesmen are going to take positions along the ridgeline and in the trees.
Okay.
To hopefully harry them on their way here.
Okay.
You guys have roughly 10 of them that are going to be on the walls up there on the javelin positions with you.
Okay.
This sounds an awfully lot like logistics.
This sounds a lot like map right now.
That's why I'm not really doing it.
So we may be there may be 3 to 1. Who knows? The less entrances we have to fight, the better. Is this here an entranceway that they can run through, or is that just a tunnel thingy?
It is. It's a tunnel, like a coliseum or a football stadium, like a soccer entrance or something.
Okay, yeah. So if we can fight them on two fronts, that's Bedlam free.
I would say barricade that tunnel, and then we take the high ground there.
I didn't see that tunnel. I think that might be actually the better idea. Then.
Because that way none of our forces get separated and isolated on individual struts. Of
I mean, if it's possible that they can come up through that, then yeah.
We barricade that.
Yeah.
With regard to, I would also suggest that if we stick guys, if I put them, I guess I'll put our guys as vivid green. Because they're friendly, and friendlies are always green. If we put some guys there and some guys here, and we get some big ass-ish rocks, and we can take them up, we can just drop rocks on them.
It looks like there's plenty of rocks around, so yeah, we could probably lift up with a complex system of levers and pulleys, or
Yeah,
just
indeed.
or just
Just carry them.
not just carry them. I mean, definitely, I like that.
I like Grog's like with a complex system of levers and pulleys as he's carrying them all up.
He's
And
MacGyvering.
he finishes explaining it all, and he's like, "So what do you think?" And it's just
He's already up there. Yeah. I love that. The other thing I'd like to do is talk to any trappers and suggest planting some traps around, because these seem like the kind of guys. I mean, these guys have to trap dinosaurs presumably, so they probably have some traps that can fuck people up. So I'd suggest, I don't know if there's time to dig a pit of stakes, or if there's just like bear traps or dinosaur traps that we can lie around here. I'd ask whoever speaks common to do that, or just gesticulate wildly until they do it.
Right. You do have your trap, too.
That's true. I do have my own trap. You're very right. I've got my. Well, I guess it'd be like a bear trap, yeah. So I'll place that to the north. You know.
Okay, you're placing it up there. Okay.
Yeah. Why not?
The other guys have ways of basically setting up what is essentially the same thing. They range in variance from very much like your own, the size of the prey.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them look like, massive caltrops. Some of them look like, lassos and slip knots and things like that. But they're a deterrent, more or less. Yours is like a terminal trap. These guys seem to be very knowledgeable in trapping things to keep them alive.
Being alive, yeah.
Grob does not.
Not so much these days.
Right.
Grob's pets don't last very long. Let's put it like that.
That's right. Okay.
Tell me about the rabbits again, George. Okay. Put them. Also, there's two different levels here, just so you guys know.
Yeah.
There is a higher level, right? Let me see if I can make it there. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
a
I see.
higher,
Okay.
like a prior tower area, and
That's Quinn posts up on one of them where the yellow square is. That is Quinn, and he's gonna set up. Basically, he's gonna. I know it sounds kind of stupid, but is there like a way that we can do we have like a pot or anything that we can just keep clutches of arrows in, so we can stick guys up there for artillery support ish?
Oh yeah, you just want a basket of arrows so you can pull from them rapid fire. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So he's going to set up, and he would suggest Raven to, if she thinks she's a good shot, to post on the other one, and we'll try and cover everyone.
Okay, you want her up there, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rourke, where are you going to be? Are you on the ground or are you up on the elevated area?
I'm going to be on the ground, probably right here, just to, if anyone gets through anyway, I'll be the first line of defense they have to deal with.
Okay. And then have you guys blocked off this tunnel, or is that the one that you blocked off?
Yeah, we decided to block
That's
that
right,
one
yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Okay, so the only way they could come through are the north, south, or western edges. Gotcha.
And we have a bear trap to the north.
Gotcha. I see the death black square that is up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It might not slow them down too much, but it wouldn't take like any time to set it up. We could just grab big bundles of sticks and also have
Anything that will make
mini bonfires. I was thinking actually catch them on fire in the entrances.
It's like super dry, so you could probably just grab grass, I'm imagining, and burn that.
Like it should be like
you know?
that shouldn't take any time at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys want to, I mean, oil can be produced, and you guys can,
Yeah, let's get some fucking burning arrows going here, and
Oh,
let's set the fields on
that's
fire. Like.
Yeah, let's do it.
You guys have a little bit extra time because you got there a little bit earlier than normal.
Pirates arrive and we're just like full on.
Hey, give us 5 minutes. We're trying.
We're full on Mad Max. We're like wearing plated armor, like wildland armor, with fire arrows and massive barricades. With like two guys have arrived.
Following. Hello everybody and welcome to Encounter Roleplay. My name is Will and today we are back with episode 2 of the Tomb of Annihilation, and thank God the gods themselves have stricken Mike from this world. They've annihilated him before the game even got going. So we are blessed to be without Mike today. So next week he'll probably be with us again. Apologies. But let's just enjoy this quality time that we have together without Mike from Unmade Gaming. We've got the rest of the crew and cast with us, of course. And we have Mr. Grimjack21502 leading us off today as a Dungeon Master. How you doing, Greg?
Oh, waiting for myself to unmute. There we go. I'm doing okay. I'm at about 55% voice because I was sick over the weekend, but I am here. I cannot wait to get back into the tomb. We'll be finishing, hopefully, the second half of the Struggle in Three-Horn Valley by PB Publishing. And then we will be getting into the Tomb of Annihilation proper, of which I have been living with while I've been sick on the couch with man flu, which is basically a sore throat. So can't wait, man. Let's have some fun.
It's fantastic. Yes, you can find Struggle in Freon Valley on DM's Guild, of course, if you want to go find what we're playing. And of course, Tomb of Annihilation. We'll be doing a bit more Roll20 stuff, which would be cool. Let's go to Josh. How you doing, my friend?
Yeah, I'm good. I don't want to scare anyone out there, but Tomb of Annihilation is so dangerous it actually makes your DM ill. So it seeps through into the real world and will corrupt you slowly. And I'm looking forward to that. There we go. Oh god, that's a genuinely terrifying visage. Okay, so yeah, I will be reprising my role as Quinn Kalen of Clan Kane. If you could get any more alliteration, I fucking would, but I can't because apparently I'm not allowed. But that is me. Quinn is an interesting fellow. He's a druid. He comes from quite a secluded area, and really he's here to sort of sort stuff out. He's here on a spiritual quest from his clan elder. He has been chosen for a great task, which would be great if he knew what that task was, because he woke up with amnesia on a ship, never having been on the ocean before, never having been on a boat larger than sort of a small river canoe, being attacked by pirates on the massive tsunami storm fucking thing coming out of nowhere. So yeah, he woke up.
It was a whole thing.
There was some stuff. Some stuff happened, and it was
Really loud, as it appears that several of this company have been drinking something, whether it's provided or brought. And as they get closer, you hear the large footfalls of beasts. And as soon as they kind of burst through the jungle line, you see that they have, by some manner, tamed one of your horny cows as it is walking side by side. And there seem to be bits of gold and chain dangling between the different spiked horns of the fan that comes out behind it as it huffs and as it walks towards you guys. And you see sprinting and zigzagging patterns out from around this group of drunken pirates. You see these raptors that Rorik has become very accustomed to, but they're moving in a very different pattern. They're following the commands of the drunken pirates. And as they turn, they'll look back and give a couple of them will give the, and the pirate will just shoo them away as they begin to fan out, heading towards the north and the south of the fortress. About halfway there, as the pirates are just in the middle, the Paku rise up and fire the first volley of arrows into them as you guys are engaged. I need you to roll initiative for me, gentlemen.
Duck and cover! I got a horny cow!
I got 11.
They have a horny cow. So my initiative is a +3.
18.
Baby. 6. Nice and slow. And, sorry, Greg, what is the range that they're at the moment?
They're about 100 feet from, if there's 200 feet from the tree line to the fortress proper, they're halfway through there when the Paku release their first volley of arrows.
Awesome.
Everybody has started running. You count roughly 20 pirates, and they seem to be not really into this type of resistance. However,
I ain't into it.
Right. However, the horny cow is charging directly into this tunnel. which is
Okay, we've barricaded that though, so that'll be fine.
correct. Correct. Okay, so at this point, you guys are seeing that the pirates and the Paku are engaged. For the sake of narrative, we were throwing Mike in with the Paku as Hezekiah is helping however he can, possibly rolling natural 11s left and right and keeping them on their toes. What you guys can do is I'm going to give you guys 2 rounds of whatever you would like to do to the mass. You can see that the velociraptors have disappeared, but the big horny cow is charging, and it's a bright big target, as is the group of pirates.
Okay.
Great.
Can I make a spot to see if I recognize the captain? Because I was staring him down on that ship
Yep.
before we crashed.
Remind me when it is your turn. Josh, you are up.
Okay.
Okay. So they're coming. They're charging the. Oh, I'm still on making squares. They're charging this tunnel. I'm obsessed. This tunnel here.
Yeah, the horny cow is charging that tunnel. They seem to be milling about and following. Several of them are following a line behind the cow, but it's almost as if they didn't have a plan, because they didn't. They are quickly mounting some semblance of fight, but at least half of them are looking for someone else to tell them what to do.
Okay. I'm going to see if I can. Is anyone riding the horny cow?
Not that you can see, however, it does have a big fan.
Yeah. In which case, I'm
Never
going
ride
to.
the horny cow.
I'm going to.
You get the horns.
I'm going to take the first poisoned arrow from inside the little sphere, vial, and I'm going to try and with my longbow shoot that fucking cow.
Shoot that fucking cow.
Shoot that fucking cow. That's what I'm all about. So that'll be a boosh. That'll be an 11. Nailed it. Fucking nailed it.
Yeah, that's not going to hit, but you got their attention. You see a couple of them look up, but the Triceratops does not seem to be reacting to you as the arrow kind of clatters off one of the chains that are dangling. It looks like the pirates have ornamented or decorated this thing in some kind of gaudy way.
Pimp my trike, yeah.
They have pimped the trike. Yeah.
I love it.
Strider, you're up, unless you've got movement or a bonus that you want to do, Josh.
Not yet, no.
Okay. Strider, you want to look for somebody?
Yeah, first off, Rick, he's going to throw up his shield of faith on himself. His armor is literally like shimmering and the light's shining off of it. It's going to give me a +2 to AC for concentration or 10 minutes.
Nice.
And then, yeah, I'm going to see if there's this captain that we saw earlier, if he's trying to organize him, if he's even there. I'm just going to see what I can see.
Sure, roll a perception check for me while I drink something.
That's fantastic for me. 16.
Okay. As you're watching these pirates kind of mill about and, dodge these arrows and take some arrows, you notice that back in the tree line, you do catch a glimpse of movement. Not necessarily what you were looking for, but you see that there appears to be something else in the tree line. Would you like... I know that you're down in the floor proper there, but is there anything else you would like to do?
He's probably up on the ledge, like looking out to see what he can see. So I don't know. He might join in some rock throwing or something, but he's gonna take his position down on the floor pretty quickly.
Okay. The enemy dashes forward and closes within 60 feet. Grob, what would you like to do?
60 feet. I can javelin at 60 feet, I believe.
You sure can, sir.
So I'm gonna lob a javelin at him, and just sock it to him, and just into the crowd, basically. Just it's a 10. Pretty crap.
A 10 is not going to hit him.
Figured.
But for the sake of narrative, that javelin strikes true as one particularly drunken dwarf.
Thank God for narrative.
Yeah, drunken pirate takes one right in its throat as it drops to the ground, grabbing at what used to be a part of its body.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I did it even though I missed. I mean, what? I point towards the charging horny cow and say, "Somebody take that thing down, Legolas!" No. And I will run. I will start like making my way down the steps towards the tunnel.
Okay, so you're gonna like basically you're heading towards Rorik's position with the chief. Which
Yeah.
I believe is like right near. Okay, so we got one more round. Josh, what would you like to try here? You've got one more shot at the Triceratops if you want to take it.
Okay. I am going to sort of see that the basically the first arrow just clatters off the fan that's behind it, and he realizes he probably can't punch a hole in that. So he is going to he doesn't string another arrow. Instead, he reaches down to the floor, takes up a handful of dust, clutches the earth in his hand, and mutters something. And he touches it to the shred of wolf fur that's his clan animal, and he mutters a quick prayer. And he throws this dust out, and as he does, it catches and creates a beam of light that is going to land directly in front of the tunnel, and I'm going to cast Moonbeam.
Nice.
And fuck you. And hopefully, so that is, if Finnego's tries to get through the tunnel now, he's going to have to make me a con save, or it takes 11 radiant damage. The only other thing to note is Moonbeam has this cool thing where if any of them are shapeshifters, like those lizard things, they take the throw at disadvantage, and you can't shapeshift. If you fail your con save, you can't be shapeshifted.
Shapeshifting pirates, take that.
Yeah.
Probably.
Right.
they super care. They super care.
More like guidelines.
All right. Okay. Moonbeam is in place, dropped in front of the door. Strider, what would you like to do?
I thought Moonbeam was his pirate name for a second. Super cute pirate name.
Yar, I be Moonbeam.
Captain Moonbeam.
That's Captain Moonbeam to you.
Okay.
Rurik will definitely kind of signal or maybe yell out to Raven or the chief, someone who can tell them now to catch their arrows on fire and to set, if they can, the grass and jungly trees and stuff ablaze. But
you want them to aim specifically for the back and you want them to go full on just volleys into the jungle, like where you saw movement, or are you just telling?
No, like closer up to where they're actually at.
Okay.
But, yeah. Besides that, he's just he's raring to go. He's muttering about Heronius under his breath, how he's gonna get to spill some blood, and he's thankful.
Good. Will, what would you like to do, sir?
Let's see. Bracing is a bad idea. I'll just lob another javelin because I got two, so fuck 'em. One more javelin at the. Can I get up the Tricera horny cow?
Yes, you can.
Let's do it. Let's try and attempt something useful. 25.
Oh yeah, that'll hit.
That will be a. Oh, what did I do? I lost my javelin somehow.
Oh, you threw it.
Yeah, probably. Let's see. I mean, load his sheet back up again.
Crop's just like,
Hang on a minute.
I've lost my javelin.
D6 plus 5. 6 damage, minimum.
Damn.
6 narrative damage.
Right. This is figurative and narrative damage. Okay. Okay, so you hit it in the meaty part of one of its flanks as it roars, and you all hear two things happen at once. With this next round, you hear an incredible crash, and you also hear a scream as this thing balls into the Moonbeam, which it takes
Moonbeam
takes half damage, and it hits the barricade for a natural 20.
Oh!
That's so bad. That's so bad.
It doesn't even break. It's just like straight through out the other
Just
side.
like, nah, bro.
Okay, I would like Rorik, Grob, and I will roll for the chief. I need some dex saving throws, please.
Holy shit.
Oh yeah.
Dex is +3.
Oh, that ain't gonna be very good.
Oh, okay. 12?
Okay. Oh, Strider 20. Okay. Rorik and Grob dive to the side when they hear the splintering of the fallen timbers and rocks, and as this creature just comes blasting through, and you see the chief turn just in time to get swept as it just takes its main horn and grabs him and tosses him a good 20, 30 feet into the wall right about near. He smashes into the staircase. You see several of the Paku, including Zol, turn from the western face into the eastern face or eastern to western, as they begin to fire arrows into the Triceratops that has now arrived in this area.
Oh, dear.
We are now in the first round of combat. Neither of you were knocked prone. Josh, you see what appears to be a very irritated horny cow. It is busted through. And what was your damage for that, by the way, for your moonbeam?
It did 5. Does it appear now? We can see sort of behind the fan as it's come through, and we're looking at the back of it. Is there anyone riding it?
No, it appears to be riderless.
Okay, all right. And how big is it? Because I like, with regards, is it? I presume it's much bigger than a bear.
It's about 2 bears, yeah. It's a good.
it's-
Yeah, the accepted size of these bad boys is 12 to 15 feet long, 8 to 10 feet high, but the fan in and of itself gives it another 8 to 10 feet in width. So they're very cubey, long and cubey. So
It's old school snowplow. Yeah.
it is. If there's something something very disturbing about this horny cow. Okay, so you guys are up.
Okay.
Josh, you're up.
So Quinn will bellow outwards, climb the walls! Basically just yelling at everyone to sort of like gain ground, sort of get to the high ground, because that thing is going to just blender everything that is down there. Hey guys, have fun down there. I'm fucking 2 stories up and loving this. And then I just need to see how far I can move Moonbeam. I believe, because I know I can shift it. I can move it exactly 60 feet. So would 60 feet drag it back onto this creature?
Yeah, you can get it back. It popped in right about here, so you can bring it back down and drop it right at the entrance there, where it busted through, hit the chief, and basically came to a stop as it's assessing who's in the middle of all this stuff. Yep.
Cool, so I bring the moonbeam back down on this thing. And then I am going to... let me just check. I'm really tempted to, but it's just not worth it, to be completely honest. So I will jump, I'm gonna jump down and fucking realizing that someone's got to fucking deal with that shit. Actually, no, fuck it. You guys got this. I have supreme confidence in
We've
you guys.
totally
I'm gonna
got
focus
this.
on the dickheads. I'm gonna focus on the dickheads that are trying to rush in, sort of probably behind it. How many of them are there?
The dickheads that are coming in right now, you see many of them that are engaged, but at least 5 of them have skipped into the tunnel.
Okay.
Oops. See if I can mess this up. Yep,
I hope so.
trying to make this guy smaller, and he doesn't want to be smaller.
I understand the feeling.
It's a curse.
Gift and a curse, my friend. Gift and a curse.
Okay, that's where he is. Never mind.
Fuck him.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Okay. So, Josh, go ahead. I'm sorry, bud.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna shoot at some guys who are like trying to rush towards the tunnel and see if I can kill them.
Okay, give me a shot, and let me just see narratively what I want to do with that.
Narratively, this is just a normal arrow because I don't have fucking time for fanciful shit. That's a 20.
Okay, nice.
Oh shit.
Okay, you see yourself definitely strike one of these guys as they run through. Strider, you're up, and you are face to face with a horny goat or a horny cow or whatever the hell it is.
It's only a goat. This one's small.
Right.
This
Oh my
one's fine.
God.
You're gonna be fine.
This one's like standing like an angle on the wall that you just wouldn't think is possible somehow. It's glitched.
Right. If you make a loud noise, it just falls over.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to hit it with my sword before it clips through me, and then I'm gonna probably take my action after that to try to get up on the stairs.
Okay.
But yeah, let's see how this goes.
Sure.
How's a natural 20 for you?
A nat 20 will do well.
There we
man.
go.
So drop some damage on this bad boy.
I'm also going to call down a holy smite using one of my spell slots on it.
Go for
and
it, brother.
do an extra 2d8. Oh, damn. So we got 9 plus 13 plus 5.
Okay.
Which is some math.
Right, you're looking at 27. Nice, 27.
I'll take it, man. I'll take it.
Nice. Okay, movement. What else do you want to do? You are currently engaged with him. If you do go up, you're not sure if he'll get an attack of opportunity, but he just might. You may do whatever you would like. You have movement and a bonus. Use your bonus for your smite, but
Yeah. The gods are protecting me, so I will back up the stairs. I gotta stab in at this thing. Actually hit it, sounds like, and then, yeah, back up.
okay. So as you're backing up, it does in fact turn and sweeps with its head as it. Oh, and it does its own nat 20.
Oh, really?
Holy shit. Is that you dead? Is that you dead?
Okay.
Wow.
The gods are protecting me. The gods are protecting me.
Holy shit.
Erroneous. What?
Erroneous.
Splat.
Yeah, look at me.
Okay, here's the good news. You do make
Here's
it to
the
the top
good
level. You do make it to the top level. However, what arrives at the top level does not bear a strong resemblance to the Rorik that left the field before. So as you crash down to the ground, absolutely blasted by the main horn of this thing, Quinn, you see just a smear arrive on the level right about this area.
So much for your
shit.
prophecy, man.
Yeah, fuck that prophecy.
Hey man, you noticed there weren't any paintings of you guys that made it all out. You happy with it? Okay.
The prophecy was you made it this far, but everything else is just here.
Up in the air.
Right. All right. So
No, he's up in the air.
Yeah.
yeah, Strider's in mid explosion, and this creature is going to have the Triceratops make its Constitution saving throw.
God damn.
At it,
It fails.
it fails that one. So
Let me roll damage.
yes, sir.
Oh god, because it keeps coming up saying, what level do you want to roll at? I keep forgetting. It's a 13 radiant damage.
Nice. Okay, so this thing's skin is blistering from this radiant damage it's being placed on it. It's suffered a grievous wound by the now jettisoned knight that was in front of it. It kind of turns around and starts kind of reeling back and forth as it kind of is bucking, almost like a wild stallion of some type, looking around for a target, but there are none left on the field except for the chief, who it turns towards and runs over. And
Just runs over.
Just runs over him.
yes, you see it run over, rear up, and stomp down on the chief, and it doesn't take anybody to realize that probably crushed the life out of the chief.
We do have a viewer decision here, Greg.
Oh, okay.
Viewers, I have a great idea.
Listen here, guys.
Sure, why not? Viewers, how about a very easy viewer decision here?
What happens to him?
Yes or no? Do we see?
Oh,
And how about this? How about this for a viewer decision? To make live, I mean, he's still got a shot. He wasn't completely, he's got death saving throws coming up. But would
Who's next?
who's next?
Who's hungry?
How about this? Would in their pack, would their benefactors have given them a potion of healing?
Oh, Dan, let's say yes or no. Would they
Yes or no?
have given them a potion of healing as a question, and
Am I
we're just going to
allowed
have
to vote on
two votes, two options, yes or no. God damn.
You can put a third one in there. Fuck no.
Alright, we're going to vote by voting on the screen. Should show up here. Yeah,
And Strider immediately jumps on his computer.
just fucking starts spamming clicks. Alright guys, click on the screen. Yes is on the left, no is on the right. Alright, hand it back over to you, Greg.
Okay, so the chief explodes, essentially.
Safe.
Right. At this point, several things occur. You see two of the velociraptors enter from the lower area down here, and you hear a scream emanate from this area up here. Because you have positioned and Raven is up here, she looks down and you see her begin to fire into this area. The thought being that something has triggered or is caught in the trap set by Grob.
Oh,
Oh, nice. Good! I chuckle even though he's dead.
Right. And I'll buy you some more time because I know you're straw polling or whatever.
No,
you
I'm
guys
all
do.
good actually. I'm good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Great. Then you are up, sir.
Thank
And
yeah.
you have seen the explosion of Rorik and the short flight and terrible crash of...
He flew too close to the sun. Triceratops is still in the picture, right?
Yes, he is. He is right here, and he's kind of bucking and flipping around, and he has just stomped on the chief.
Alright, well, fuck this guy. We had rocks up the top, right?
You did.
I'm gonna go run upstairs and try and drop a big old rock payload onto its head in the hopes that will do more damage than my axe ever could.
Okay,
That's
how about
the
we do
theory.
this? How about you roll me a strength check, and I will tell you how many you can drop.
Okay, strength check is a plus 5. That's a 21. 21.
Ooh, I'll let you drop 3.
Oh, baby.
So you go, and you throw them down.
So you want me to like roll attack rolls for these? You want me to just?
Nope, you're gonna drop them down. It's not paying attention, and I'll roll one general like D20 plus your strength modifier plus your proficiency, and then I'll tell you the damage.
It's 17 is my strength.
You hit, so give me 3d6 plus your strength.
Nice. It's more damage than I would ever do. 4, 6, plus 5, 20.
Nice. Okay, as these things just bounce and pelt and embed themselves in some situations off of the thick hide of this thing, one of them actually slipping into the wound that was created by Rorik before his untimely flight. It's staggering a little bit and goes down to one hoof as it comes back up, and you see the jangle and jingle of the gold chains. At this point, you guys also do see the velociraptors coming in from the south. The Paku are turning and trying to give as much aiding fire as they can, which is resulting in die rolls I am doing off camera right here, so I don't have to do one there. Okay, at this point, we're back at the top of the round. Josh, you see things going awry.
The votes are in as well. 79% of people have voted yes. So
Oh,
chat
really?
have been nice today. There you go.
That's cool, Al. I'll get you next time, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so Quinn, you suddenly remember that you were gifted with potions of healing that you may be able to use to help your blasted comrade from what would very well be certain death.
Pass.
Right, or you can kill yourself. Fuck him.
I'm on 4 HP.
That guy's judgmental.
Yeah, he looks and he weighs up the situation, and he realizes that as much as he doesn't appreciate the paladin in any way, this giant metal
On any
clank-
level.
The paladin currently fights for the indigenous, and the indigenous are at one. They are in harmony with this world, and they stand. Keeping these people alive is important, and therefore they need every weapon fighter they can get. So he's going to move his way down to the slightly liquefied remains of sort of sloshing in plate armor, and he leans down and he will pour this vial into his mouth. I can tell the difference between the poison vials and the healing vial, right?
Yeah, roll me a. No, I'm joking.
Sure.
As long as I'm not seen to be the bad guy, it's fine. So yeah, he pours this healing sort of torpor into his sort of shattered jaw, desperately, and then he's just gonna leave him, and it's up to. We'll see. It's up to the gods now. Oh, yeah.
Right. Why don't we give you a 2d4 plus 4 healing for that one, as it's a gift and not necessarily a store-bought healing potion.
Okay. Yeah, it's not bad.
9. If you can't make your own store bucks, 9.
Yeah, that's
Right. Okay, so Rorik comes to as it is poured down his shattered throat as his body recongeals a bit inside his armor, looking very much like one of the knights that, who was it, Gawain or Galahad found on the Tree of Woe. They pulled up the thing and it was all, but yeah, you're able to, you're still prone, but you're back among the living right now. For now, anyway, you're at 9 hit points.
Okay, I'll be at 9 then. Thank you very much, chat, and our kind DM.
Benevolent chat.
Oh, I had nothing to do with it, man.
it was.
I was trying to kill you.
don't thank me. Okay, let's see. That can be a bonus action for you, Josh. What else do you want to do? That movement and bonus, and then.
Okay, so on. Hold on, let me just check because if that is genuinely the situation, and I can do that, I will. He leans down to his shattered friend. Let's call him a friend. And he says, "You will stay in this fight, and you will help these people." And he's gonna help him to his feet, and just says, "May the spirits guide you." And he will cast nothing, absolutely nothing, because this is a ported spell, and that never works.
Oh, dude, did I do it? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's literally every time you port a spellcaster from sort of roll 20 to roll 20, it just is like, nah.
Nah, mate.
It, maybe, possibly. Give me a second. Here we go. Maybe, yes. There you go. And I will cure wounds you for another 6 hit points, because ain't I fucking amazing? Yeah, buddy. And that is going to be me for this round, because unfortunately, that's me. That's all I've got. And get back in this fight, douchebag.
I'll reset your spells for next week, dude. Okay, you are up. You're feeling markedly better than you were 6 seconds ago. And Strider, what would you like to do?
Oh, am I alive? Damn it! Thank
Sort
you,
of.
friend. I appreciate it. I cannot afford to die now. I'm gonna give myself 10 of my 15 healing pool, just to kind of pad that a little bit more.
Okay, that's your action, right? Is it
Yeah. I'm rubbing that on myself, and it's probably too late
yeah.
for a hellish rebuke, because that's a reaction.
Yeah.
A little bit.
So
Technically, you've got to be alive and awake for that shit to work anyway. So.
Yeah, he'll just go gather up his sword, heal himself up, observe the battlefield. Are there folks actually coming in through the tunnels now?
I like the idea of Rorik waking up and thinking he's still just been hit, even though it's been like several.
I got this, don't worry. I'm still in.
No, the only
It's not working.
The only thing you see two velociraptors coming in from the south.
And Quinn will point to them.
Yeah.
And just say, you have a natural affinity for them. Let's see if you...
Those ones I can handle. Yes, I will.
Like 10 times
I will
smaller.
handle those.
Okay, so you're going to go down. I'll give you a shot at the first velociraptor that's taking the stairs right about here.
How's a 21, man?
That'll do me.
21.
9 damage.
How would you like to kill this velociraptor?
Hell yeah.
Oh, damn.
He's hopped up on his feet and he's like, "Oh, I'm alive. Damn. Thank you, friend." Is already just sprinting like right back into battle. Is just pointing his sword in front of him and just sprints, runs it right into him.
Waste of a healing potion. Go ahead. Yeah, that's your
Fucking 9-0. Literally the worst.
Okay, so yeah, you gore into this velociraptor and blow it basically back down the steps as its mate kind of looks down and sees it and does like a as it turns around, and all of a sudden out from the side you hear this as your blue skin velociraptor crashes into the other and eviscerates it immediately.
Damn.
Thesaurus.
Okay, at this point you guys are, the pirates seem to be engaged with the Pacu as they are climbing around the outside here, but the Pacu appear to be holding them at bay, and narratively that's going to be a draw because the incredible Hezekiah is running up and down. Hezekiah, where the hell did that come from? Cold meds. Hezekiah is running up and down this area, just absolutely manning the wall in what he always wanted to happen, in full Aragorn style, you know, just he looks fantastic, but of course he's not here to see it.
And he
so
never
you guys,
will.
Right.
We'll
you
never
guys
tell him.
will never-
He's doing much better than when I first met him.
Right. My God, he's a god. Triceratops is what you guys have left. If you can drop it, this is over, and we will go to outros.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Whose turn is it?
Thanks,
Is
Brady.
the Trike's turn because on a turn?
It is Will's turn. Yeah, it's Will's turn because Strider just killed that and the
All right.
enemy. The Triceratops doesn't have anything.
I gotta spank this Triceratops to death. Narratively.
Let's see what you got.
So I will jump down from my vantage point and bring the axe down across its head in the classic El Clasico style on a 20.
That'll do.
And I'm raging, so it's actually plus 7 damage to this. Well, plus 5. Takes
Nice.
11.
Nice. Yeah, this thing is reeling. After that hit, you see it kind of stumble a little bit as it's spinning back around, blood pouring out of everywhere. But it is still a big beast that can, as we've seen,
Yeah, it's got
knock
like
someone
5
out.
million hit points.
Right.
Big arm for the host. Looking forward to playing tomorrow.
Josh, you're up, buddy.
Okay. Interesting. I literally cast Moonbeam fine, and now Moonbeam is broken, but it's fine. As it's my turn, I'm going to jump down, sort of off the roof, I guess, onto this thing. But midway, he turns back into a bear and is going to try and ride this fucking thing whilst clawing at the... I'm going for the bit behind the ridge, the protective sort of fan that it has.
Nice.
So this will be a two attacks. An 18 and a 14.
They both hit.
Fucking sweet as. Yeah, that's 1d8 plus 4 for the first one. That's my bite, which is 5, and then come on, buddy, come on. 12 damage for the claw attack.
How do you want to kill this 17 hit point Triceratops?
He jumps onto this thing's back and basically like gets to the point where it just can't maneuver. He gets in behind its neck and just begins to sort of bite down and uses his claws to open the wound up and then lunges forward and he bites down until he feels bone and digs his teeth in and wrenches back as hard as he can and brings with it something and just stands there triumphantly growling. Any fucking thing that's still alive, friends included, he snarls at territorially. This is his kill. He makes that very clear.
Narratively, the pirates see this and scream in horror as they drunkenly stumble and try to get away. Many of them are captured. You guys, as this bear pulls itself off in absolutely prehistoric fashion, as this just drenched in blood, as it comes up on its hind legs, standing over the fallen form of this bejeweled Triceratops, as the roar goes through the night. And with that MVP performance, Josh, we will end it there and start off next week so we can
Hell yeah.
get Mike back in it.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Dude, what a kill.
That's my favorite quote. The bear builds itself in prehistoric.
I was listening to Greg saying the bear pulls itself off in prehistoric fashion. Doing it like we're a caveman, am I right?
Listen, man, I don't know what I've said. I'm so absolutely fucked up on cold medicine.
I'm not responsible for what I said.
Right. I'm sorry for whatever culture I'm offended in.
Oh, dude, I did. Well, that's where we're going to wrap up tonight's show, my friends. Episode 2 of the Tomb of Annihilation. Next week, we're going to be getting into that deep Tomb of Annihilation content. Thanks so much to PB Publishing for creating the Struggle and Freehorn Valley, which you'll be able to find here on the DM's Guild. I'll shoot you guys a link here in chat in just a moment's time. But it's been a lot of fun to play through it, and strongly recommend playing it, really, because it seems like a great intro into Chult. I'm super excited to actually get into the Tomb content. And of course this Saturday coming, we're doing more Tomb Annihilation stuff as well, so super duper excited about that. Let's go around the cast and crew. Do we enjoy ourselves? Where can we find one another online? And also, thank God Mike wasn't here today. Let's start with Greg, my friend. What do you think of today's show?
I'll go back and watch it whenever I can remember, so I can see what I've done. But
it's just carnage.
Next week I will be more focused and not hopped up on Dayquil or anything. But I had a blast playing with these guys. It's a lot of fun. I love when somebody gets knocked out with one hit. That's no one will admit it, but a DM's one of the greatest seconds in the game is just instant kill. But yeah, I had a great time. I struggled with Freehorn Valley. There is a ton more with this module. Obviously, I had to streamline it to get these guys where they need to go, so we can get into the Tomb of Annihilation proper next week, which we will be getting into. If you guys have not yet picked up Tomb of Annihilation, I highly recommend it, because anything that is fronted by Chris Perkins, you are going to have detailed. I mean, there are so many sub-missions and plots in that they have been kind of threading through since 5e started. That is really, really interesting. You got a little taste of one of them too today, but we'll be getting into that much more whenever we get to Chult proper. Thanks for having me. Grimjack21502 on Twitch and Twitter. You will see me here again on Wednesday from 1 to 4, where I will be playing the Call of Cthulhu as Dr. Thaddeus Lewis. And then you can also see me on Unmade Gaming, Mike's channel, whoever that is, on Wednesday nights from 8 to 11, doing a little Blades in the Dark action. And guys, thank you very much. Will, it's so nice to be playing with you again, brother. I'm so glad you're where you need to be. See you next week.
It's fucking awesome. Thanks so much to Ormiz for that 4-month sub. Appreciate you, my friend. How you doing? French calendar is, it's pretty French. I'll tell you guys some stories about that on tomorrow's stream. It's been some pretty entertaining moments. Let's go to Strider. How you doing?
Oh man, it is such a pleasure to play with a DM of that caliber, man.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even give him my character's backstory until just like a couple days ago, and he already completely worked it in. And that's such a treat to be able to play with someone that can do that. And, yeah, you guys can see articles from me on encounterroleplay.com coming out on Fridays. Whatever kind of like wacky adventures just pop up in my head.
Yeah, the last one is definitely worth checking out. The children cultivation ceremony. Holy shit.
Yeah. Yes, thank you for upselling me. I might have a game with Greg coming up somewhere in the future.
Nice.
So, yeah, so thanks for having me, man.
That was
This
awesome.
is highlight of the week. It's always great to be on.
Dude, that 48 damage hit, that was the moment of the night for me.
That's the best, man. I love that. Like, I shouldn't, but I DM enough that like that was fantastic. It's my favorite.
You can really appreciate it, yeah. Oh man, Josh, yourself.
Yeah, that was. I came up midway through this with an idea for a spin-off for this, which would just be David Attenborough following this party and documenting all the shit that they come across. I want to see that. But yeah, no, it's an absolute blast. I love the fact that we've already had a party member splattered to pieces, and that weren't even Tomb of Annihilation like stuff. So we've had a party sort of almost instant death, and yeah, I'm really getting into the vibe of things. I'm so excited for all of that. I've no idea what you guys got, but I got some stuff and it was good, and I'm super excited about visions and stuff, and obviously slowly piecing together memories and remembering what terrible people we probably are for having been selected to come to such a place. So yeah, I will be enjoying that, and I will see you guys again tomorrow for some amazing fun and shenanigans on the Long March. As stuff might actually start marching. It might happen. I believe that we are finally at the point where they might leave the fucking tavern. Fucking fingers crossed. I'm
Never like
hopeful.
5 weeks.
But if
No
Yeah.
more PvP?
yeah, no, I know. Well,
No promises.
I promise nothing.
Laura
So yeah, and if you exactly, and if you guys want to see some more sort of, if you like how miserably that went for Rurik, and you like misery in your D&D campaign, then absolutely check out the wonder that is, of course, Turncloaks. We're a new episode.
Yeah,
today.
new episode just came out
hype.
like 30
Oh,
minutes
God.
ago. It's pretty
Literally,
sick.
I'm so I don't even want to listen, but I'm going to. But I know what's coming, and it's just
Yeah, it's bad, but it's good.
So
Check it
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed the little half-hour break between today's show. Tomorrow I'm going to be on at 12 p.m. on Arvin Aileron's channel, twitch.tv/Arvin Aileron. Go give him a follow. We're going to be on, let me see, Arvin Aileron there. We're going to be playing Adventures in Middle-earth, or Wildland Adventures. I play a Dunedain Ranger. So it's been several weeks since I played that game, so I'm super excited to have internet to be able to get back into that one. Then at 5 p.m. Eastern, we've got the Long March, an hour later than usual, so you guys in the US can catch us a little bit easier, get home from work, get dinner, etc. And then Wednesday, like Greg said, we've got Call of Cthulhu, followed by The Curse of Strahd, episode 2 of both of those shows coming your way. If you missed this one, it'll be up on YouTube probably by tomorrow night, if not sooner. You can check all the playlists. We don't set all of them to public, we just playlist them after the first episode, so you can just check the playlists on our homepage, or there's links all around it to go find them, so that you don't get spammed with a million episodes in your YouTube subscription box every single week, because that's how many we do, a literal million. Go check out PB Publishing, go check out our friends here, Grimdeck 21502, Strider Heap, Encounter Josh, and other than that, let's go find someone to host. Let's see. Who's streaming at the moment that we like? Oh no, we don't like that person. Oh god, no, we don't like that. Oh, we can't stream them. Okay, let's go host Madame Gandalf. She's going to be streaming with us on Thursday, 1 p.m. EST. She's a good friend of ours. She's streaming right now. She's doing, what's she doing? Crash Bandicoot. Holy shit, we gotta go get in here, boys. So thank you for joining us for this. Now we're gonna have some real fun over there with Madame Gandalf. Come say hi, come hang out with us. She's a wonderful cast member. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 12 p.m. on our Vanilla Orange channel, 5 p.m. on Encounter Roleplay. Until next time, try not to draw too many nat ones. We're gonna be laughing when you do. Good night, everybody.